everybody, and welcome back to another episode. Happy Saturday, guys. Thank you guys for being here. Brandon, my friend, you're alive. Welcome back. Where have you been? Tell everybody.
Bro, it's been like 2 months. It's been a little bit rough. I went ahead and for those who don't know, I'm an IT consultant. I provide like web development services and stuff for small businesses, and work has just kicked off the last couple months. I've been a busy boy. But hey, to celebrate my first time back in 2 months, I'm not wearing pants today. So if I get up and you get like, a full moon, just know that like that's a special thing for you guys.
Guys,
You're welcome.
Whoever sent the biggest super chat will get Brandon to stand up. So, guys, we're gonna get started. We've got a lot to talk about. We actually got some real images from the actual celebration show. We get some, good quality images at that. Because remember when I streamed about them, they were blurry, they were bootleg. Wait a minute. What is this? What is this here?
Oh, this? Oh, it's not much. I've been sitting on my personal star killer for like the last 2 months. So I think
God.
I'm gonna
wait. Let's talk about your background. Let's talk about your background. What's going on with this background here?
Luke Skywalker and Yoda. Oh, come on, man. I mean, I know you're not a Star Wars guy, but this is like a quintessential moment.
Yeah, no, I know exactly where this is from.
Yeah, I love me some good Star Wars artwork, man.
Alrighty. So, actually, it's funny you bring that up. That is my next video to make. My Darth Revan video is made. Star Killer is next. I also got my John Wick special edition in hand. Oh, I'm so excited for that figure, guys. You have no idea. And then, obviously, my Batman from The Flash and my purple and gold Batgirl as well. So, a lot of stuff. Also, guys, my Superior Suit Spider-Man figure is coming. What else? There was something else that was coming. I think that's it. So far. So very, very exciting times, guys. So let's get started. Let's say hello to you guys. Guys, don't forget to hit that like button. There's 25 of you guys in here already. Please hit that like button if you haven't.
I'm protesting. I want to lodge a formal protest. I will not be liking the stream.
Did you watch the stream that some low-life loser came in and hit the dislike button? Can you imagine how miserable you got to be to hit the dislike button on a stream that you don't weren't watching?
Do you know who it was?
Who? It
was not you. No, I'm just asking. No, it wasn't me.
Man, they know why they do that. They do that because they know you'll never find out who it is. The moment, man, if they knew who I would find out, they would never do it. Put it that way. But imagine,
man, if you were doing a shit show, I mean,
Well, no. It has nothing to do with that. Get the hell out of here. It's malicious, and they're gonna get their karma. You'll see. Karma always gets them. I don't have to do anything. Karma gets them every time. So we got Uncarded in the house. How are you, my friend? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Happy Saturday to you.
Hello.
Welcome. It's 8:45. Do you know where your non-refundable deposits are?
Yeah, that's a big conversation, man. Did you see Kit's post this morning or no?
Oh, we're gonna get into it.
I can't wait.
We're gonna get into all of it. Yeah, guys, it's gonna get juicy. Guys, there's 30 of you guys in here. Please hit that like button as you come in, and thank you guys for being here. We got Exotic in the house. Welcome, my
Konnichiwa means what's up.
I can tell you where they aren't at OSK. LOL. Never buying from there again. Oh, stop it. Enough. Imagine. We got Michael in the house. Welcome, Mike.
Hello.
Collectors, happy holidays, happy Easter. Hope we're all enjoying the beautiful weekend. Yes, guys, happy Easter to everybody who celebrates. Yes, the weather was beautiful today. Thank God. Finally, some nice weather. Hopefully, we get some nice weather tomorrow, too. We got Gerardo in the house. Welcome.
Konnichiwa means what's up.
Hello, Collector. Snag Justice League, Batman, and Iconic Studios Akuma this week. Do y'all even trade? He goes, do y'all even trade? Oh my God. No, I'm telling you, those I will say it every time. I want my Ryu, I want my Ken, I want my Akuma. I will never pay $300 for those figures. Ever. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. We got Bao.
How you doing?
Oh. Let's see who else is in the house. We got Talia in the house. Welcome, my friend. Brandon, I don't know if you know what happened with her last raffle, but she won again.
Hey, she won?
So she
Bro,
won.
like,
she
honestly,
won.
I'm going to start having Talia pick the fucking lottery numbers for me, bro. like.
Look, she's won so much that I thought she won like on my raffle. And she goes, no, I won 2 from Brandon and 1 for you. Now she won 2 from me and 2 from you. Oh my God. Well, yours were giveaways. That's another one. Yours was giveaways.
Mm-hmm.
Mine were raffles. We got Sean in the house. How are you, my friend?
Hello!
Welcome. Let's see.
Sean always looks like he wants to kick my ass in that photo. You know that? Every time he pops up on the screen, like, oh, I'm sorry.
Christian in the house.
Konnichiwa means what's up.
Well, the reason why you feel intimidated by that photo is because you're staring at a United States Marine. Okay, that is why you have to respect. You know, we got Moo.
Hello!
Community of collectors.
How are balls?
balls.
Wait, what? Why is Moose asking about my balls?
I asked because there's all this pacing back and forth over how collectors are going to score the Darth Vader with minimal blood.
Here's the thing, man. I got to comment on that.
Go ahead.
See, here's the deal. Like, I have regulars. Like, anytime something drops, I have regulars that'll hit me up. Hey, when is this going to hit the scrapyard? Can I get in one? You know, things like that. And with these ones, the Japanese exclusive, I've been kind of like, we got to wait. We got to see. We got to let this pot marinate. We got to let it boil and then come back to it in a bit. But guys are out there spending $1,400 and $1,500 for it at the drop of a hat. It's like, I was ready to spend the money. I just wanted to check in with you first, bro. I've heard that like 5 times, and guys are out there dropping the money. So I don't know about that minimal blood thing, man. At the end of the day, a thing is worth whatever somebody's willing to pay. And my regulars, the regulars who have hit me up for it, have all spent absolute top dollar without hesitation.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be a get in, or you're not going to get in. You know what I mean?
It's going to be one of those situations where it's like gently remove your tampon and replace it because it's going to keep bleeding.
What the fuck, Fabs? What are you doing? Yeah.
Oh my God. That's pretty much as close as I could get to a
I have to take a walk after that. Oh wait, I can't stand up.
Do not get up. Do not get up. It'll be the last guys. If he gets up, it'll be my last stream, just so you know. Oh man. Let's see. On card it says Konnichiwa. We got Dan Spez. Welcome.
Hello!
What up, all? Got my dark side. Anakin shipping from Japan on Monday. This is a lucky one right here,
bro. No kidding.
Now, question for you. This is the important question after that. This is the important follow-up question after that. Is it retail since it's coming from Japan, or are you getting no lube? Let us know. Let's see who else. We got Chris. How are you, my friend? On time for once. Look at you.
Hello!
Welcome. Ernesto in the house.
Hello!
And we need a farm. A farm. What are you trying to farm? Lou!
Konnichiwa means what's up.
Well, we're gonna start with cows. We're gonna start with cows because we need the cows for the farm. That's what we're gonna start with.
It says, what up, my 1/6 Japan Hot Toy exclusive collectors at Brando. Can you get a Cincinnati figure using promo code Fabby's Fantastic Bird? Oh my God, this guy.
Konnichiwa, bitch.
So yeah, no, we got to get into that, guys. We got to get into that conversation. It's gonna be a good stream tonight. So don't go anywhere. Don't forget to hit that like button. There's 33 of you guys in here. We should be at 33 likes already.
Okay, that's it. We got 33 people watching. We're not starting the show until we hit 41 likes. Okay,
correct.
So
correct.
Everybody, sit
Brandon,
down and don't get excited.
Brandon doesn't watch. He hasn't watched, but he knows exactly what's going on. See, that tells you everything you need to know about the stream. We got Leo in the house. How are you, my friend? Welcome. We got Ash in the house. Look at this guy.
Hello!
Welcome. We got Big Dog Pound in the house. Welcome, everybody. Guys, don't forget to hit the like button. There's 31 of you guys in here. Why he gotta show up? He said, why he gotta show up? Oh, man. Brad, you garlic.
Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa means what's up.
That's why ain't you in Japan? Well,
He's
if
in
you knew-
Japan.
if you knew, right? I don't know if you've heard the news coming from Luch, but according to Luch, I don't leave my basement. So I can't go to Japan if I don't leave my basement.
And it's true. It's true. Every time I go over to Fab's house, he's like trying to post stuff and then just kind of like resorts back to the whole museum pose.
Oh my
all
God,
his
imagine.
figures.
I am trying to hit both buttons. This guy. Oh crap, I had forgot to hit the see? Even guy, my own channel members. Okay. This is how sad. This is how sad it is. My own and this is what I figured out, that my own channel members hate on me. Okay. This is how I figured this out. You ready? Until about
Wait, I'm not ready.
until about a week ago, okay, one of the perks for my channel members was what? My videos would come out, channel members only, and then it would go live for the general subscribers. Well, I would give it about 20 to 30 minutes, depending on the video, from the moment the members got it to the moment it was going to go out. And I noticed just one day, that I just decided to like pay attention. 8 views, 2 likes. I said, hell nah. I said, my own members don't even hit the like button. And that was the end of that. That was no more members only videos. They ruined it. Now they get pictures. We're being bums. They're a bunch of bums. Carla, my friend, welcome. Nice to see you.
Charlie, my friend, Charlie Brigante, how you doing?
Welcome.
For the record, I don't creep in from the back door. I show up, I make a splash, and I pound it out, bro. I slam that thing wide open.
This guy. Karma sleeps next to me every night. Wait, does that mean that, are you trying to say that you were the one who hit the dislike button? Therefore,
I think it was.
That's what I'm trying to pick up here. Is that what you're saying, Chris? Because if that's the case,
Hang on, I'm banning him right now. Hold on.
I'm banning him right now. If that's the case, then that means that it's been you the entire. Imagine, that would be horrible.
It was
That
you,
would be horrible.
Fredo. You broke my heart.
That must be an atheist. Absolutely not. Absolutely. See, this
don't ever disrespect me.
this was this was, now you crossed the line, Brad. Okay, you can say anything on this stream, but that you went too far. Okay.
Hello!
Welcome, guys. There's 39 of you guys here. Please hit that like button if you haven't yet. Please hit that like button. Happy Easter to everybody as well. Also, join the Diecast Raffle Peasant. Let's get it going. Yes, guys, 13 spots left. We're just starting it fresh. So whoever wants to join, let's go. Talia could tell you how it works. She wins every week. Rob, how are you, my friend? Welcome.
Hello!
Welcome. Collectors, what's up? How is everyone doing tonight? Guys, Rob played me today. He said, hey, do you know anybody looking for a Galen? He goes, I found 3 at $400. He goes, do you want one? I said, sure. And then he goes, just kidding, April Fools.
3 weeks late.
3 weeks late. That's actually what I did to him today. He almost cried. I said, Rob, yo, it's crazy. I said, I got 3 Galens for $400. I said, and they're sold already at $795. And he goes, yo, give me one. And I said, no. I said, I'm fucking around. I said, I don't have anything. And then he's like, he goes, so you lied? I said, April Fools. He goes, I hate you.
Tell me you should have liked the stream. That way,
Oh my God. I know. That's right, Rob. Like the stream so you can get a chance at my $795 Galen. Can you imagine? Oh my God. I do love the Marines. Ordered I ordered get. Ooh, see. Sean, is it a secret? Is it a secret to say where you order from? If you want to say where, fine. If you don't, fine. It's not a big deal, but I know how people are. You know, sometimes they want to keep their sources private so they don't get bombarded. So I understand if you don't want to say. I scored a dark side and funny. I'm waiting for you to get me one.
Yeah. I want to know what he spent on it.
No way, 12. 12 what?
100.
Wait, what did he say earlier? I know he said something. Let me see.
I don't know, but his name makes me uncomfortable.
let me
People named Dan are just kind of weird, you know.
Where is his name? Oh, here it goes. What's up? I got my no way, 12. I got you. I mean, it is again. Put it this way. Anybody judging anybody spending this type of money on these figures, number one, you're judging because number one, you probably can't afford it. Number two, there is not one person who is a fan of Hot Toys that does not want this Anakin figure, right? So anybody hating on it is a joke themselves, right? Number two, there is no way to get them cheaper because if there were, people would be getting them for cheaper. So everybody's paying what they got to pay for the figure that they want in their collection. It's that simple, right? Anybody who wants to sit there and make fun and judge, guess what? You're the loser who doesn't have it, right? It's that simple. It's that simple. Now, if you don't care for the figure and you're making fun, then that's your problem. You know what I mean? But guaranteed, there is not one person in this community right now who doesn't want that Dark Side Anakin just to be able to say, I got a Dark Side Anakin. Because of the fact that they're so rare, because of the fact that they're so unreachable, you know, at least it feels like at the moment, right? And then the fact that Sideshow's not carrying them makes it even worse. You know, that alone killed a bunch of people because of not even getting the chance in the queue on Sideshow. You know, so that's
it's hard. It's hard, man, because like, I mean, I'm a box collector. You see my collection on the shelf. Almost everything is they're all in their boxes. And so like, I really want one for that fact, for, you know, to see the box on my shelf. But on the other hand, if I was going to pay that much for a fig, I would probably have it made custom, you know, like go ahead and just spec out the parts that you want, build out the body and the clothing the way that you want it. And then drop, after everything's said and done, you could drop $400 or $500 on the head and still spend less than half of what people are spending for that DSA right now. Right. You know, and like, I kind of wonder about it. Like, people are champing at the bit for it. Like, they can't wait to spend their money. It's such a trip, man. It's such a trip. I mean, bless them. At the end of the day, you know, I'm a capitalist. I love capitalism. And I firmly believe that a thing is worth whatever somebody is willing to pay. Absolutely. But I got to tell you, man, at $1,400, that's a hard pony to ride for me.
But no, it's tough. It's very tough to swallow. Number one. Number two, the crazy thing about it is nobody's getting that for retail unless you're over there in Japan. You know how crazy that is?
Dude, it's wild to me that they made it an exclusive. I'm firmly expecting they're going to drop a sculpted hair version. Okay, that's going to be worldwide. They can't. You don't think so?
They can't. I'm going to tell you why. And that's, you know, and I'm not saying that they're not capable, right? When I say they can't, it's not that they can't do it. That's not what I mean. Obviously, they can do whatever they want. The reason why they can't, it wouldn't make sense for them to do that, is because look at what they did with the Joker, specifically with the Joker. What did they do? If they're going to announce a sculpted and a rooted version, they're going to do it at the same time. It's going to be one announcement. Number two, it doesn't make sense for them to give us the highlight figure first as an artisan. Boom, here you go. It's exclusive. It's limited. It's only a certain amount. Not everybody's going to get one. Make everybody go crazy, all upset, and then give us the crappier version after that. It ain't going to happen. It's never happened. Again, can it happen? Anything can happen, but I don't think so. It doesn't make sense. It has never happened. And it's, like I said, it would only look as if they're going backwards. You know what I mean? It would make more sense if they did the sculpted version first And then out of left field, boom, an exclusive artisan. That works all day long. You know what I mean? Another reason why they wouldn't do that, okay? Which again, this is what they did the Joker at the same time, right? To have the person choose at that moment. Am I spending, the premium for the artisan, or am I going with the basic, DX, which is not basic, but it's the basic hair, right? So they have to give you that option at the same time. Again, do they have to literally? No. But, it makes sense to give you, all right, do I want to spend the 4 and change, or do I want to spend the 2 and change? Now, you give them the sculptor version first. Everybody goes in, balls deep, gets the sculptor version. Out of nowhere, they come out with a limited deluxe. It can work. It could work. It could work. But here's the thing. Now you have 99% of the population with the sculptor version. Are they willing to go spend now an extra amount, an extra double what you just paid for the sculpted on an artisan, just because it's, you know what I mean? So they end up competing with themselves in that respect, right? In that scenario, in that setting, which is why I say it could work, because they've done it before in that sense, right? Well, they'll come out with a figure, and then boom, the same figure updated months later. You're like, what with the Batman, right? The Batman, the X19 and the Batman Armory, and then the reissue of the Armory 2.0, right? It happens. They've done it, but that figure specifically is a different conversation. What were you going to say?
Yeah, I was just thinking that it could be a manipulation of the hype train. I think if they go ahead and if they they drop, because it doesn't make sense, man. Like you can drop that Cherry Blossom Stormtrooper as an exclusive all day long, and people are going to buy it. People will pay a premium outside of the country. Sure, we can see that happening, but you can't take a cornerstone character of Star Wars like Anakin, okay, and say, okay, we're only going to release a few of them over here. Like that's I mean, let alone it's not the smart economic move. You know what I mean? It's they could sell so many of those if they opened it up worldwide. So I could see this being a bit of, riding the hype train, in that it's like, okay, this is the only way you're going to get it. It's the only way you're going to get it. It's the only way you're going to get it. And then when everybody's thieving for it, and you see people dropping $1,000 on each one, then they can come out last minute and go, because of popular demand, we're going to go ahead and throw out another 2,000. Now you won't be able to get it with the rooted hair, because that was the limited run, but at least you can get the figure. For $425 with no accessories.
Anything's possible. Anything's possible. But again, it doesn't, even you saying that, think about it. You know what I mean? It's like, again, they're not looking to give us value. They're not looking to give us, and another thing I'm thinking about this figure, which I was going to ask you. I'm going to ask you a question right now that I know for a fact. I know for a fact you don't know the answer to, but I want you to think about it for a second.
Okay.
The first Dark Side release was what kind of release?
It was a Toy Fair exclusive.
Toy Fair exclusive, which means what? It's a limited release. What happened after that? They never said we're going to give you more. Side. Well, no, the light side was first. But they didn't say.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean? They didn't say, well, everybody wants more, because remember that Dark Side Anakin was going for over $800 at one point.
Yep, sure was.
And knowing that, now listen to this, because we know this very well, knowing that for the longest time, anytime there was a figure on eBay doing very well, what would Hot Toys do? Reissue.
They would reissue.
At some point, they would reissue the figure. For what? To kill whatever value that figure had, because again, they're not looking to give us value. They're looking to make the money. Right? They're not looking for us to be making money off of their stuff. That's why they kill it with every reissue. That's why they kill it with every 2.0. Right? So that's a fact. That's something that they've always been doing. Right? So for them to do a sculpted Anakin all of a sudden, again, just from history, that it's not a figure that they tend to overproduce for whatever reason, right? That's another layer of why I don't believe it'll come sculpted. You know what I mean? It is, and that's why I kept telling you guys, that figure has a value, that figure has a meaning. There's something very special about that figure, which is why not once, but twice already it's been limited.
Man, I can't see it. I can't figure it out. Like it's a total wreck sauce situation because how are they only, I mean, unless tariffs played into it somehow, unless they said, okay, well, we're not going to make it in time to ship these to beat the tariffs,
It
so
has
we got to
nothing to
make
do
it
with that.
exclusive.
It has nothing to do with that. Again, they're
Hey,
not.
it's
Do you
just
think? You
it's just
think?
wild to me, man. It's absolutely wild to me that
Yeah,
they
but
would go ahead and they would run the standard light side Anakin with a limited release of 3,000 units worldwide, and then they're going to pop out of nowhere with dark side Anakin specifically for the Japanese market and say this is all there is. I don't know, man. Like that's
it's the
got to be some
figure.
kind of 4D chess move there.
It's the figure. It's the figure. It's the figure. Because think about what other figure they've done that with. None.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's the figure. That figure is a very special figure. Again, for whatever reason, right? That figure has always, again, just from pattern, just from history, right? The Toy Fair exclusive was a massive hit, right? Remember Lightside, nobody wanted. Then boom, sold out. Then they came out with Dark Side, and then everybody wanted Lightside all of a sudden. So again, they could do anything they want, but it doesn't make sense for them to go backwards now to say, oh, well, we got a sculpted version. It doesn't make sense, especially because we haven't had a standard release for any Anakin. I think except the light side, if I'm not mistaken. Two Fingers, how are you, my friend? Welcome.
Hello!
Says, guys, there's 44 of you guys in it. Please hit that like button if you haven't yet. Thank you, guys. Somebody keep track of the likes for me, please. Dark Side Anakin to Sideshow. As of right now, absolutely not. The fact that locations overseas don't have them, for example, Toys for Kiddles, they're not having them, and they're a retailer, not a reseller, a retailer of Hot Toys. Okay, so the fact that, because I asked, I said, are you going to carry? He goes, I don't think so. So the fact that they're not getting them, right? Again, I'm not comparing a retailer to Sideshow, which is way bigger than any other retailer, right? It's not a comparison. But it tells me that if your own stores in Hong Kong aren't going to get any, how could Sideshow get some? So,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So as of right now, no. Remember, Japan exclusive only, right? It wasn't even like, oh, you know, some here. So no, there are going to be 1,000 in Japan. And they did say, do you remember the number, Brandon, that the selected markets were going to get?
No, I don't remember. I knew it was going to be such a cluster that I didn't even get involved. You know what I mean?
Right, because I do remember that there was going to be a specific number given to select the market. So if that's the case, right, then there's a chance. If that's the case, again, which I don't remember seeing that. Let me check real quick because I got to make sure before I give you guys wrong information, because I want to make sure that that's the case. Because I know that they do that with certain, and I know some of them did have that. Here we go. The 1,000 units available in selected channels. So there you go. So 1,500, an exclusive Japan edition version that comes with an additional special box limited to 1,500, and then an extra. So possible, huge possibility, right? That's what that means. But here's the problem. There hasn't been a coming soon announcement from Sideshow at all, which they did for Darth Vader. They did for Cherry Blossom. They did for Darth Maul. They haven't done it for Anakin. They haven't done it for Galen, right? So that's the only reason why I'm telling you, as of right now, no. Anything can change, just like I told you from the beginning. When I told you guys, oh, it's definitely coming to Sideshow, and then I said, you know, don't hold your breath. Well, the fact that they're telling you 1,000 units is available in selected channels, right? That means that Sideshow could possibly get 1,000. If that's what they're saying, they could possibly get 1,000. Again, the problem is there hasn't been an RSVP announcement for Anakin or Galen, so we don't know anything at the moment. So as of right now, think of it as no, but anything's possible. Like I said, you know, last week. What were you saying, Brandon?
No, I'm musing back and forth about how the tariff situation affects the planning, because we know anything that lands after, what is it? Is it May 2nd or May 1st? Anything that lands in the next 2 weeks is safe, but after that.
May 1st is Thursday. May 2nd is Friday.
But yeah, so I think it's May 2nd.
May
Anything
1st
that lands in the United States after May 2nd is subject to whatever the tariff is at that time.
Correct.
So we're going to
Guys,
see a lot of pre-orders just dropping off the face of the earth.
Correct. So remember, guys, May 1st is my birthday. May 2nd is your extinction of collecting. So just let's celebrate. Let's celebrate my day first, okay?
Fabs is the anti-collector.
My birthday stamps a new era. It's the beginning of the end. Guys, don't forget to hit the like button. There's 42 of you guys here. Somebody keep track of the likes for me, please. And thank you. JD, how are you, my friend? Welcome.
Hello!
People, those tariffs
Yeah,
are
they're at what? I think the tariffs hit 425% yesterday, right? To China?
Yes. Yep.
Bro,
Miguel,
Rob, to be honest,
Rico.
if I lived in that region, I wouldn't go into New York City either.
Miguel, Rico, welcome.
Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa means what's up.
He said, what's good, juguetón? This guy. Unbelievable. Oh, man. Let's see. Cassandra in the house. Welcome.
Hello!
6 and Tuesday. Wednesday, I have a cute break. Oh, my God, Cassandra. Take care of yourself. Have some pears, Cassandra. Pears are good for the lungs. We got Sean with the super chat. Thank you, my friend Faz. If you want likes, start so fast after dark. Unbelievable. I think Brandon.
I'm the one not wearing pants. Just
right.
saying.
I was gonna say that's Brandon's type of stream.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
No, thank you, bro.
No, you.
No, thank you, bro.
Thank you.
No, thank you, bro.
No, seriously, you.
No, seriously, thank you, bro.
No, for real, you.
No, thank you.
It was funny when Thule jumped in the chat. He's like, "What's the deal? Is Brandon only doing the show in his underwear?" And I said, "Less."
Oh my
Like what kind of peasant wears underwear? You know what I mean? Gosh.
no, unbelievable. Oh, Moose. Member for 4 months. Look at this guy. If I have to give $1,500 for DVSA, Dark Side of
Yeah,
Anakin.
is that Darth Vader?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. All
Yeah.
right.
I have to consider, is it worth it? Ask because give my latest score 1.5, 4 hot toes, all Luke sealed under. Yeah. No, I'm telling you, it's crazy. It's crazy, man. Again, it comes down to how much you love the figure, how much you want the figure, and it doesn't matter what the price is. You're going to do whatever you can to get that figure that you want in your collection. That's what it comes down to. Like I said, you could have somebody making fun of you. They're the loser, so don't worry about it. You could have, somebody trying to bash you for spending that money. Guess what? You're blessed to have that money, to be able to spend that money on something so insignificant as a toy. So to let anybody come and try to put you down over it, or try to humiliate you, or try to, make you feel bad for spending money on a toy, guess what? They wish they could, or else they wouldn't be talking about it. It's that simple. So don't let anybody, put you down or talk about it because they wish they had the figure. This is one figure that everybody's going to wish they had, period. Why is Brandon on Doggle? Oh, my God. What are you talking about? I haven't had a seizure since 2007. I don't know. Nobody's talking about seizures. What are you talking about? What are you saying? 45 watching only. Oh, here we go. All right, guys. So we'll stop. Thule, keep me updated, please. We're going to stop here until we catch up because it looks like we got
Oh, God. No,
Yep.
we're not doing that, Fabs.
Well, hey, they're here watching.
No.
They're watching the best stream on YouTube every Saturday and every Tuesday, and they have to hit the like button, or else guess what? This stream is not for you. If you don't like hitting the like button, this stream is not for you. My God.
That's it. I'm hitting a dislike. Where's the dislike button? You know what? I'm calling ice. Where's
Calling ice.
Hi, ice? Hi. Yeah, it's
All right,
Brendan again.
let me know how many likes. 32. All right. We'll catch up. We got Yep, we'll catch up, guys. We'll catch up. Let's see. Well, we got all night. We got like 15 topics, so we got all night. We'll see who's got more stamina. The miserables or us, Brandon. All right, let's see where we're at. All right, so and as to say, hey, veteran collectors, how was the situation back with old Dark Side Annie. Releasing only 2,500 Darth Vader system is just evil. Yeah, it's crazy, man. It is crazy, crazy, crazy. But I'm telling you, there's a reason why. If this is a business strategy by Hot Toys, they shut themselves. Yeah, no, it's not. It's never been. The strategy is limiting figures but an increasing price. The amount of money that we pay for these limited figures, specifically on Sideshow, right? It's not what they're worth. But they jack up the price because now it's a rare item. It's a rare item. It's a limited item. Not everybody's going to have one. So that's what they bank on for these price increases. That's it. That's a strategy. There's nothing beyond that. There's nothing more advanced than that. There's nothing smarter than that. That's all it is. You jack up the price, you limit something, you lock in pre-orders, which is, again, one of the goals for Sideshow as well. Which, remember, a lot of you guys may not remember, but a lot of these exclusives were never at Sideshow, ever. Everything, for example, Japan exclusives. Unheard of to come to Sideshow, ever. Shanghai exclusive. I'm going to tell you, the Shanghai exclusive Gold Chrome Midas. That never came to Sideshow. So Sideshow was never getting exclusives. Now, as you can see, they had to. They have to because it's a bigger thing now. They need to make that money from product as well. Right? I can guarantee you there was a conversation that was had. Hey, you guys have all these exclusives that nobody in the U.S. could get unless they shop from, overseas to you guys. We need to do something. And what do? All right, we'll give you the figure. Instead of doing, special edition, we'll give you Sideshow exclusive stickers. And that's the end of that conversation. So that's as far as it goes. It's all about making the money, and that's it. Nothing else. That's it. It's about locking in money, making as much money as possible, as quickly as possible, because that's another part of the strategy. It's getting as many pre-orders as possible, not pre-orders, to get as many purchases as possible with these quick fire, ready to go, figures, exclusives, boom, boom, boom. There you go. Think about it. How much money are they making on 5 exclusives that they made? Moose just said 2,500 pieces of. Think about the money on that, on just 5 batches of figures that came out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ready to go, ready to ship. Nothing was a pre-order. Nothing was, we got to wait until next year. None of them. 5. Think about how much money was made. That's the strategy.
Yeah.
Quick burst of figures ready to go. Boom, boom, boom. Which, again, the community has been asking for this for years. People are asking for turnaround time for figures for 6 months. We're getting them in weeks. Again, obviously not every release, but enough that we're feeling it. When have we heard of 5 Hot Toys figures ready to go, ready to ship?
Never.
Exactly.
I can't even imagine.
Correct. So that's what I'm saying. That's the strategy. It's money. It's money. That's it. There's no, maybe it's a figure that. No, it's money. That's their only goal, is money. So it's crazy. It's crazy. All I know is labeling them exclusives and limited editions. Your boy Howie's absolutely correct. I told you that, guys, from day one. I told you this was the new thing. It's a no-brainer. You limit something to a number that is going to sell out. Again, depending on what the character is. Because, for example, BT1 didn't sell out at all. And that was an exclusive, ready to go ship, ready to ship figure.
Yeah, it sure was.
Right. So, there are some that don't, but the ones that do, it's locked in money. Locked in. So, that's the strategy. There will be another Dark Side Anakin give in another 5 years. Well, no, here's the thing. They could so now we have 2 different expressions for an Anakin. We got closed mouth and we got slightly open mouth. What they can do, which again, I don't know how they would pull it off, but what they can do is give us another, even more battle damage Anakin figure. You know what I mean? From when he was fighting Obi-Wan, like at the end, at the very end, right? Who's going to turn that down? There's another, $1,200 per figure if you don't lock it in as a pre-order. But now the reason why that doesn't make sense is because where they displaying this figure, right? We're not going to have any more celebrations anytime soon, right? So where would they throw that in?
Well, I mean, we do have May 4th coming up. So, I mean, there are always a ton of releases on May 4th. At least there was last year. We got wrecked by those this year.
Right, last year, but the year before that, we didn't get any really. So that's what I'm saying. That's up in the air. That we'll never know with that. But again, I don't think so. Again, anything's possible with Hot Toys. But if they see the hype that these figures are creating, which again, it's nothing new. They've known it from the original releases.
Yeah.
That there's always a possibility. Again, would it make sense when it comes to the movie? Absolutely not. Besides the fact that what is the next stage of this? Remember, they went light side, now they went apprentice with the dirty eyes, and now the third one would be what? Battle damage, fighting Obi-Wan, So again, who knows? We just gotta wait and see. Well, I think Japan's holding a PO on Nintendo Switch. Correct me if I'm wrong. What? It's holding the PO and then I don't know what that means. Fat Gadget, my friend, welcome.
Hello!
Hundreds of figures to sell, so limited releases are a great marketing tool for the brand. Let's get collectors, influencers, scalp the riled up. Absolutely. It's all, that's all it is. It's just money. It's money, and no, however you want to look at it, it's money. That's it. Let me see what you guys are saying. Oh, we got Christian, 5 months. Look at that. Awesome. Yeah, baby, 5 months. Yeah. This guy, unbelievable. Here, this is for you. Since I ignore you all the time.
This is for
oh man, 32 likes. Come on, guys. All right. So it looks like it's gonna be that type of night. My planner, my friend, welcome. Nice to see ya.
Hello!
Guys, hit that like button. Guys, hit that like button, please. And thank you. Jer Paul, look at you. Welcome.
Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa means what's up.
Do you think Hot Toys will do a new Punisher figure? Of course. But
I said, sir, this is a Star Wars show. We don't need to talk about Punisher.
Yes, and I have a feeling since we already got a clean version, 99.9% sure that at some point we have to get a battle damage version. It's just common sense. Even though obviously they're completely different shows and they're supposed to be from completely different things, just like we did, for example, even though it's easier, right? It's easier for the Daredevil figure to get the mouth plate as a battle damage, right? Easier just to paint it. It is harder to get a full-blown battle damage head sculpt, right? As your mainstream release when we already had a clean one. So that's what I'm hoping for. That's what I expect. Again, already having the clean one. But are we getting one overall? 100% we're getting another Punisher. It's just a matter of time until it's announced, which is most likely very soon. Michael with the 4 months placed an offer for a 1/6 CGL Toys T2 John Connor. I over offered, but if someone wants the figure bad enough, they'll spend exactly. And that figure specifically is a third-party figure from a company that didn't have much product at all because it's not a popular third-party company.
Yeah, I don't even know who they are.
Exactly. I can guarantee you that company's not even around at all anymore. That's one figure that I said, you know what? I said, I'm not going to get it. It doesn't look great. Somebody else will make it better. And I never got it. Well, I wish I gotten it because they never remade it. Nobody bothered with making that figure. So that's all you're going to get for John Connor at that age. Because obviously Hot Toys made John Connor as Christian Bale, but that's it. I have always said that USA customers buy more Hot Toys than what people think. Having exclusives going out fast is smart by Howard to make money. I don't think they were intended exclusives. Well, they know that they have a big market here. And I think, believe it or not, which again, I can't really say, but to me, it feels like by limited things overseas, they know that if Sideshow's not getting them, that we're going to have to spend our money overseas with them anyway, right? I can guarantee you they know this. The reason why I'm saying I can't say this is because, he doesn't want resellers making all that money, right? He just does it. If he did,
I don't think he cares, man.
Huh?
You think he cares? I don't think he cares.
I can tell you why he cares.
I think that he's in the business of producing stuff selling it and then producing more stuff. I don't think, it's like, I know
So what is your personal opinion on why he kills the value on things that are holding value on eBay?
That's just it, though. I don't think he's doing it in order to, I don't think he's speculating and then releasing in order to kill value on eBay. I think he's watching the market demand, because when you see all those people paying so much over in order to get their hands on the figure, he knows that if he's going to do a re-release of something, then it's going to sell. You know what I mean? I think that we could believe that a little bit more if he was scalping his own figures. If the guy was going ahead and if he did a release of, Anakin, let's say light side Anakin, and it got super hot and everybody was buying it, for 3 times, 4 times the cost on secondary, then he would turn around and release the dark side at an even higher cost. But he didn't. He released the dark side at the fair market rate, or at a comparable market rate for the rest of the figures that he's been releasing. It's not that like the thing was super expensive. Same thing with Galen Urso. Right. But I think it's probably got more to do with, monitoring secondary to determine what, where there's more money to be made. So that way he's not leaving anything on the table.
Possibly too.
Uh-oh. Who's at the door?
Michael, welcome.
Oh, hey, man.
What up?
Welcome. We got Wayne. How are you, my friend? Welcome.
Hello.
Let's see. All right. So Dark Side Anakin is probably going to be announced just like the previous artisan due to tariffs. Howard made it available immediately of what they made before.
That's what I said earlier.
Yeah, but again, anything's possible. But to me, the way I look at it, that doesn't make sense. I think this was already planned as a Japan exclusive, and I'm going to tell you why. If that weren't the case, these boxes, like they're telling you, that these special sleeves, they wouldn't have been made for the figure, for the Anakin figure, if it wasn't meant to be. You know what I mean? So I'm telling you, everything done by Howard is planned. None of it is just, oh, let's rush this because of this. I'm telling you, he's smarter than that. He's way more, up on top of that than we would like to assume, at least. We got Derek in the house. How are you, my friend? These exclusives were very expensive for the Asian market, more expensive than anything before when buying right out from Hot Toys. He made 5 exclusives to sell, have prices prepared for tariffs. No, so again, that is more plausible, right? But again, this was not suddenly a last minute thing. Okay, these figures had to be planned out. Okay, and this did not take 2 weeks. This does not take 3 months. Okay, Galen, brand new head sculpt, that did not take 2 weeks to do. Remember, you got to get approvals for all these things. The Darth Vader, the Darth Maul, right? All these things had to get made ahead of time. Then who comes up with the idea of, all right, let's use this DX head sculpt and make a concept for, you know what I mean? This is all planned out. This is not just guys, can somebody come up with an idea right now before we get hit with the tariffs of how we can use this ball head? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It ain't happening. Now, the fact that it landed that way, it could possibly make it seem like it was done that way. But I can tell you, everything that he does, it is planned. Whether you like it or not, whether you believe it or not, everything is planned. Michael, what do you think of that?
He's like, I just got here.
Yeah, what are you asking me?
So he says these exclusives were very expensive for the Asian market, more expensive than anything before when buying right out from Hot Toys. He made 5 exclusives to sell at high prices to prepare for tariffs. So do you think this is what he did? He came out with these 5 exclusives at higher prices to prepare for tariffs.
Maybe, right? I mean, I don't know. Who knows, right?
Anything's possible, but go ahead. What do you think?
I mean, that makes some sense for sure, right? But I don't know. I mean, I think it's going to come out at Sideshow.
It's possible. Absolutely possible. 100%. Again, the fact that they said 1,000 units.
Yeah, it's gonna come. It's gonna come either. Yeah, it's gonna come. There's gonna be an exclusive San Diego Comic. It's gonna come. There's gonna be 1,000 on our side.
You think they'll do that? You think they'll make another announcement for San Diego Comic Con of the same figure?
Look at all you assholes spending $1,400 for this fucking stupid figure.
Wait.
Look at my name. Look at my name. I want to make sure because you said the one person who says this figure is stupid.
You don't care, asshole.
Toys loser.
Asshole. You don't care about the figure to begin with. That's my point. So listen.
I care about the figure. I absolutely care about the figure, but to pay $1,400 for something we already got that is really good, right? The sculpted version is really, really good and is all you need. You know, you really are insane to spend this kind of money for that doll hair. You're insane. And on top of that, the eyes aren't right.
For that doll hair.
The eyes aren't right.
You need a throttle back, man, because we're also getting a nameplate with it that says Darth Vader and not Anakin. Okay?
You know what? I didn't know about that before. I'm sorry.
Okay, good. Thank you.
I didn't realize that.
All right. So
but don't tell me you guys think those eyes are right. Like I watched your little Instagram clip. Those eyes are not right.
That's okay. We got to remember that Mike is very much a screen accuracy guy.
Wait. But Brandon, before you continue, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second because we have to correct the collector here. Go ahead. What were you saying, Michael?
I said the eyes are too red.
Red. What eyes are too red?
Your dark side Anakin.
What makes you think that that's a dark side Anakin?
The one that you showed in the video?
That I posted today. Correct. What makes you think that's a dark side Anakin?
Because it had red eyes.
Right.
And it had doll hair.
Right. So that figure you're talking about is my light side Anakin with Thrawn's eyes in it.
Oh God! Thank God.
he's like eyes are. He was already.
Why are you doing that to people?
Because I didn't have. I tried the Darth Maul eyes. They didn't work. They were too big. I tried both Darth Maul, the Clone Wars Darth Maul and the Sith Speeder Darth Maul. None of them fit. They were too big. So I said, what other cool looking eyes do I have here? Because I ordered the OT Customs. It said on 5 days ago, I got my tracking. 5 days. It's still saying, label printed. That's where it's at. Anyway, so
those aren't the eyes. Holy shit!
No, yeah, they're not the eyes. So I said, what other figure do I have that has rolling eyes that I could swap them with? And I said, what would look cool? I said, let me try Thrawn. Thrawn's eyes don't work either. They're very small, so they're very loose. But if you could manage to keep them without touching them, they stay perfectly, which is why I took the pictures. And it doesn't look terrible. It actually looks pretty cool in hand, but the eyes obviously are not supposed to be that.
Look at that hair is already starting to get wild. It's already starting to get wild.
What hair? You're talking about the new Dark Side Anakin?
The one that Fabs showed then. So then you're telling me the one you showed was the normal Anakin.
Correct.
That's artisan hair Anakin.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't touch the hair, so whatever, maybe from the angle.
I'm just saying, I don't expect you to, but I'm just saying, naturally, if you're futzing with eyeballs and shit like that, you're...
No. So here's the thing. So with the Joker, I mentioned that. With the Joker, to mess with the eyeballs, you got to open the back compartment, and you're messing with the hair the whole time, and it starts flaking, and starts getting all ruined. I don't like that shit at all. With this one, though, all you need to do is grab the head sculpt from here, pressing on the hair where it's tight anyway. You pull up, it comes right off. You mess with the you don't need to touch the hair at all. You know what I mean? That's why it's not, it's not. I'm not worried about that one. But the Joker, forget it.
I went back and actually, tonight before I came down here because I had to hide some eggs before I started here tonight.
Oh yeah.
But, what's that?
No, I said, oh yeah, with the eggs.
Yeah, I had to hide eggs. But,
he's hiding.
Wait a minute. The real story is we need to hear about hiding eggs.
He's gonna start.
I mean, you guys, it's Easter, right? It's the Christ rises tomorrow. I hope you guys understand that.
His collecting room's gonna smell like rotten eggs because he's gonna forget where he hid them.
And we celebrate the pagan Easter bunny, right? So
I know. I was gonna say you celebrate the paganism. TK, how are you, my friend? Welcome.
Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa means what's up.
Yeah, my dark side Anakin. That's a solid figure, man. That sculpted one, and you know what? I have the hood up on him. Anyways, you know what I mean. So he
looks good. Huh?
Yeah, that's the look with the hoodie. Guys, there's 51 of you guys here. Please hit that like button. We should have 51 likes at least right now. Fad the eye surgeon. We got Barry. Look at this guy. Welcome.
Hello.
I'll be late, but did you talk about the fight Wayne had with Pop? No, Wayne. Who's Wayne? I don't know. Wayne.
I want to know who Wayne is.
Yeah, who's Wayne? Tell me. Tell us. is Fab Sid from Toy Story surgeries. All right, guys. So we're gonna get into some of the shots before we get into the whole conversation or everything. The shots from Celebration. I believe this is straight from Japan, if I'm not mistaken. Here it is, Japan Celebration. Yep, it is Japan. So here are some of the displays that they have going on over there. So here we get Darth Vader. This is a trooper here, K2SO back here. Darkseid Anakin, Darth Maul. We have Galen. Look how basic, man. Galen. Somebody keep track of that.
Galen looks basic.
Absolutely, super basic. Look at that.
Oh man, I think Galen is the star of the show, man.
Well, no, it's a sharp outfit, but it's basic. Guys, don't forget to hit that like button. There's 50 of you guys in there, please, and somebody keep track of the likes for me. Thank you, guys. Here is the Hayori Cherry Blossom Stormtrooper, right?
Yeah.
Japan only, right? Remember the Japan release only special edition comes with this. There will be standard releases at Sideshow of Darth Vader, of the Cherry Blossom. Again, no shirt. We also have Darkseid Anakin. Again, nothing from Sideshow as of yet. We have Darth Maul. He's already RSVP on Sideshow. And then we got the 1-1 Grogu with the satchel bag, which everything pretty much sold out already. Here are some of the Cos babies that they have. Here is Jar Jar Binks. Look at that, 2,500 yen. Yikes. Look at all the Grogus. Look at all these little guys, the plushes. All the cups.
I think I need to start collecting the plushes. Those are kind of neat.
The plushes.
Oh,
that
my
was
wife's watching.
That was one set of pictures. Here's the second set again. So this is really cool, guys. This is something that. All right, guys, we're gonna pause here. We're gonna pause
Is that
here.
resin or is that half scale?
This is ridiculous. This is insane, and it ain't happening. It's not allowed here. And if you're here and you can't hit the like button, this stream is not for you. And please kindly leave. If it kills you to hit the like button on the stream, kindly leave. This stream is not for you. If you're here to support, you're welcome. Hit the like button and stay. If not, kindly remove your tampon and walk away from the screen.
See you guys. Have a good night.
Oh my God. Can you imagine? He's like, peace.
I think he did. I think he's gone. Oh, there he is.
I think he's gone. He went to look for the eggs.
He went to look for the eggs. For like 30 more seconds, man. I could have been like, oh, well, it's time for me to go too. It's been fun.
Let's go. Let's go. Yep, 50 watching. That's right. We got to catch up. This is BS. Come on. Come on. Come on. And also, whoever hit that dislike button, your wife's cheating on you, and those kids aren't yours. Okay? Whoever hit that like button.
Man.
Can you imagine being such a miserable piece of shit? You come in here and hit the dislike button. Get away from me. Nobody called you here.
Fabs keeps saying that because he thinks it's me.
No, please. I would never insult you. I would never insult you that way. He went to fart off camera.
We have mute buttons, so.
Oh my God. It's like, oh, look, we went down to 45. Can you imagine being such a piece of shit? You rather leave than hit the like button? Stay away from me. Stay away from me. Brad suddenly hitting the. I know. If it's anybody, it's him. That garlic knot. Guys, let's go. There's 45 watching. Let's
garlic knot.
Let's go. Let's go. Don't be peasants in here, okay? Bunch of garlic peasants. Oh, we're down to 43. Good riddance, bitch. Yep. Yep. Exactly, Thule. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. They think they're hurting me.
Good riddance, bitch.
Savior.
Oh, man.
God, they really think they're hurting. Like, I don't understand. These people are such a joke. They're such losers. Unbelievable. Can you imagine being such a loser?
All right, next topic.
Wayne was a big partner with Pop Collectibles, but he blew them up on Instagram, showing they never send their figures, and he had multiple in our figure QC issues, and then never helped. Oh,
that's the Australian one, right?
No. Pop Collectibles
okay.
is what do you call it? Is Hong Kong.
Okay.
Pop Collectibles is who. Funny enough, Pop Collectibles is who Jeddah Patrol was always working with, and then Justin went to them now. So, but I don't know who Wayne is.
I better follow Justin. He's the whole reason why I spend so much money with Toys Wonderland.
Yep, that's your boy. That's your boy.
People
Actually, I hit the dislike button and I clicked on I am single, so he's like, I'm single, so I do not have a cheating wife. Unbelievable. All right, so something new, guys, that we're getting right now. Again, somebody tell me how many likes before we get started, because it looks like the garlic's left, so we should be at least at 41. All the garlic's left, all the pieces of garbage left, so we're left with the good crew. So we should be at 41 at least. Pop Collectible, the new tour, they collect suitcases. There you go. There you go.
I don't know what that means. Oh, suitcases of cash?
Yep.
I get it.
Yep. So we will see. We will see how many
That
likes.
bust.
Yeah,
I'm
we're
kind
gonna
of
get.
interested in that bust.
Well, we're gonna get into it because this is something I would never get. But see, look at that. Look at that. The cool people are here and they're staying here. The losers left. Good riddance, bitch. Don't come back. Darren 2501, welcome. This is the first time here. Effing don't want to cost me a lot. Yeah, Toys Wonderland ripped off a lot of people. And guess what? Nobody's going after Justin. Everybody's still kissing them balls. All right, so let's get into this bust, guys. So it looks like it's a quarter scale bust, right?
That's bigger than quarter scale.
No.
That's
Never mind.
at least half scale.
It's a 1-1. Never mind. I thought it was a quarter.
Oh, okay,
This is a 1-1 scale. It's at the bottom. So my fault. I didn't see that. So this thing is humongous. Again, like I said, I told Bob. Bob is like, oh, this is something I need. I said, enjoy it for me. This is not something I need. This is not something I would ever get. I would have nowhere to put this thing. And now seeing that it's 1-1 scale, absolutely not. I could only imagine the price. So let's go with you, Michael. Is this something, again, being a statue collector, is this something appealing to you, or you don't care for something like that, a bust like of Darth Vader specifically?
I mean, it used to be appealing to me. You know what I mean? I have a few busts, so I think they have a place in a collection for sure. You know, I mean, this looks pretty cool. I mean, if this is Hot Toys, you know it's going to be painted to the nines, so I'm sure it looks, amazing.
Yep.
If there's some lights in there too that lights up that interior.
No, never.
Like a red glow.
Never. You're never gonna have, because that's not screen accurate. That's not movie accurate. If anything, you should have some red coming off of like in here, but not like not like something that's gonna light up the inside of the head, which I know exactly what you mean.
I think would look amazing. But yeah, I think it looks cool. But
how much do you think this will go by Hot Toys first and foremost?
Like a sideshow bust used to be like $9.99, right? So like a good sideshow bust was maybe $9.99. Maybe, I think, like if I remember correctly, like the bigger ones, like I think Hulk and like a Wolverine, maybe it could have been $12.99, but $9.99 I want to say it was like the standard. So I would hope that this would be $1,000. But I mean, that again, I guess maybe I'm thinking pre-pandemic pricing. So who knows, man.
Brandon, what about you? Appealing to you? Something you would consider buying or not really?
Not my speed, man. I have a whole uncanny valley thing going on. That sort of thing kind of bothers me. So like, if it had arms and legs, like a 1-to-1, like a full size figure, like a 7-foot tall Darth Vader, I think that would be cool. If I had like a movie theater space, I would put something like that up. But I don't know, man. Busts just don't do it for me.
$10,000 though.
Yeah, well, why do we work so hard if we can't have the things we want?
Well, I'm just saying, if this was 1,000, right? If this was $1,000 with no arms, and you got to spend $10,000 for the full figure, I don't know. I think
still not my speed, man. Like I gotta have arms and stuff. Like I gotta have arms and legs. Like I feel like the appeal to Darth Vader is more than just that portion of him. You know what I mean? Like Darth Vader is a huge intimidating presence.
Yep.
This doesn't really feel like, this
it's very small. It's very small, right? It's very small,
yeah,
right?
And you know what the other thing is too is that you said it says 1-1. I didn't see that.
Yeah.
That looks really small for a full scale piece. You know what I mean? Like maybe I have to see somebody standing next to it to get a feel for it. But as soon as I saw that, I thought it was half scale. Yeah, there you go.
It's very
tiny.
Man,
it looks tiny.
It's very tiny. Absolutely. So again, for exactly what you said, a Vader is supposed to be a big, massive, menacing, character.
Yeah,
And this
like
is
that
like
opening scene, man. The opening
This
scene in Star Wars terrified me when I was a kid.
this is Ozempic Darth Vader. You know what I mean?
You guys, this is way bigger than you guys are realizing.
Yeah, that's. I'm
You think
thinking
so?
so too. I'm thinking maybe the scale is
it's
just
gotta
off.
be.
If I saw somebody standing next to it, I'd probably feel different.
Right, exactly. Right now, because it's standing alone, it looks different. Next to a figure, it probably
Yeah.
looks massive.
Right,
know?
right.
Yeah.
So
the chest plate alone, like, yeah, that's going to be fairly big.
right. Brandon, how much would you price this at?
Let's see. Only because I mean I'm not into busts, so I can't say too closely. But Mike gave me a little bit of a clue when he said $1,000 for sideshow busts. I'd see probably $1,250. You know, just because it has the Hot Toys name on it. But again, like I'm not the guy who runs around collecting busts, so I'm probably not the best one to play this game.
Right. So what did you say, Mike? About 12-ish?
Yeah, and like nowadays, I'm going to say probably $12.99. You know, I hope it's not $1,500, but it would not shock me if it was $14.99. But
Right.
Thule says 12 to 1,300. All right, guys. Looks like the roaches came back, so we should be at 48 likes. Let's see if we get to 48 likes real quickly. Thule, keep up with the likes for me, please, because it looks like the roaches came back crawling for more action.
Yo, cockroaches.
Yeah, no. Can you imagine being such a low life? You come in here, but you don't want to hit the like button. Stay away from me. Stay away from me. So next, guys, we got these beauties. Now, Brandon, I know
That's
you're
so
obsessed.
cool, man.
So now, what would you do if Hot Toys decided these are coming? Go.
I'm gonna start. I don't know. I think I probably start digging holes in the backyard trying to find buried cash. I mean, like those are so cool, man. Those are so neat. I actually had I scored when you guys remember when Toys R Us was closing. I don't know if you knew about it, but they were 12 scale TIE fighters from Force Awakens, right? And I was going around to all the Toys R Us stores and buying them up because if you use the original barcode when they scanned them, they were like $12 a piece, and this was like $130 toy. So I was getting them, and they sold super well. You know what I mean? Like there is a market out there for vehicles in 6 scale. It just takes a special collector to buy them. You know, I don't know what that's going to price out at, but I'd be hard pressed to say. Like, I don't even have the space for one, bro. My library's doubling as my office with all this shit everywhere that I need to sort and organize and catalog. And I would still get in on one. Like it's obscene, man. A TIE fighter, a 6 scale TIE fighter. Like how awesome is that?
Yeah.
How awesome is that? You could pose that would give us a great opportunity to actually do something with that season 1 Moff Gideon. You could pose him on top of that with the dark saber. Oh man, that would be awesome. I would love it. It'd be phenomenal.
That'd be beautiful. Guys, there's 50 roaches in here right now. There's 8 to go to hit the like button. Please hit the like button. If you're not here to stay and support, please get away from me. We're going to wait until you roaches hit the like button. If you don't, please gently remove your tampon and walk away. Thule, let me know when the count goes up, please. Because this is insane. This is insane. Can you imagine going to the movies and not having to pay for a ticket? What?
Yeah, people do it all the time. As long as you're buying popcorn, they're good. They're happy with you.
Oh my God, they do it all the time. Well, not here. Not here. 50 roaches. Yeah, exactly, Thule. You know what I meant. I didn't mean obviously the first 42. I meant the 50 the 8 that just showed up. the roach.
There you go.
He said roach.
Julie's having to sit back there with a calculator to figure out whether or not we have enough likes to continue the show.
Yeah, no, this is bullshit. We're not moving until we have 51 likes.
I mean, look at like, what if the 8 people are like special needs people and they just don't understand where the fuck they are?
Yeah. Hey, Fabs, you know what?
So you're just holding us up.
Are you discriminating against the disabled, Fab? Are you really?
There is no garlic knot in this world.
I think you're discriminating.
That is sitting on my channel. Okay.
Hey, Mike. I've got ice on speed dial, so I need you to point it out when he gets out of pocket. Okay, I'm gonna.
How many likes, guys? How many likes?
Uncle Donald, I got one.
We're not moving until we get up there. So either roaches leave or we wait until they decide to cooperate and join
Wouldn't
and
be tempted by this ship, the TIE fighter.
see, I would. The problem is, where the hell would you buy? Like, where would
Exactly.
I would be tempted. I would. But a Hot Toys version, an official Hot Toys version. I mean,
Yeah, man.
and I would probably
It's
sell
true.
it at a loss, but because once I got here, realizing it didn't fit, but looks good, man.
Thank you.
Yeah,
See, no,
it's
let them-
super, super sexy. I really, really dig that.
Wayne, let them leave. I'd rather them leave. If you are such a piece of shit that you can't hit the like button to enjoy yourself, please stay away from me. I don't understand why that's so difficult for people to understand. I don't get it. Why are you here? I don't get it.
No.
Yo, can you imagine having no life? You have no life that you're gonna come here, stare at somebody you can't stand, not support, just to be here doing what? What are you doing here? That's so weird. Yo, that is so weird. I will never understand. I will never understand. I will never understand. Anyway, Michael, how much would you pay for this if it was an option?
For the TIE fighter, it's Hot Toys, so I gotta think. I gotta remember they're making a lot more. So I'm gonna say the TIE fighter should be 1,100.
Really?
No way, way more than that.
No, because you morons are thinking Jazz Inc. Okay, which Jazz Inc. is doing.
I think
way,
you're
way
thinking
lower
Jazz
scale.
Inc., man.
I know.
Here's the deal,
Hot
okay?
Toys makes a lot more, and they can make them for cheaper. And
Correct.
they have
That
a
is true.
factory
That is
goes-
true. No, that is true.
Look,
That is
you got to think of it like a Hulkbuster, right? A Hulkbuster came out at $7.99, and then what? They eventually upped it to $9.99, right? So
Wait,
look,
say it again?
these are just two giant panels. I know it's a giant chip, but it's giant.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, it's
Black
basic
panel.
stuff. It's basic stuff. Yeah.
Like just size it up to a Hulkbuster as far as material.
Right. I see what you're saying.
But then we got the chicken
Might be a
walker
bit.
with a figure.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
got that walker with a
$12.99
figure.
$12.99 sounds right, but I mean $11.99 should be the number.
He said, got to add the 450%.
Hey, TK, it's 425%, okay?
Oh my god, that's so funny. So, Brandon, what about you? How much would you pay for this, and would you get?
Bro,
Would you get?
like you guys are choking me with 1,000 plus. I mean, I could see something like this dropping at like $4.99. I really could.
Get the.
You know, maybe I'm uneducated and I'm green, but
Yep.
like at the end of the day, I mean that the
Do you realize?
was huge.
Do you realize that you just said to get a vehicle this big, the same amount of money that you pay for a diecast Iron Man? What?
Yeah, well, you're. I mean, that's diecast. That's completely. We're talking about apples and cherries here.
No, we're talking about
if
the
you
money.
look at-
You're talking about you just said $400 for this.
No. I said 500. Okay,
Right.
but
That's an
but
Iron
the
Man. That's a
thing is-
diecast Iron Man.
Yeah, but I mean, the ATRT that just dropped was what? That was a $400 run, right? With the figure, was that $399?
I think not. No, it was more than $399. It was definitely over
You
$4.
know.
It was
There's my
definitely over.
slideshow tab. Here
Yeah,
it
it was over. It was over $4. Absolutely over $4. I think it said $499.
ATRT. Oh, okay. It was 440 with the figure. So this,
Yeah,
so the TIE
440, there you
Fighter
go.
without the figure, I could see being 500. If you guys are talking about 1,000, I'm not going to say you're wrong. I'm just going to say that's fucking wild to me. I can't even process that.
Well. So if you think about it, the reason why I would understand why we would all immediately go with an over $1,000 price tag is because of the size only, right? That's the only reason why. But if you get down to the actual piece, it's all molds. You know what I mean? It's very basic stuff.
Hey, look at you're fitting a figure.
Yeah,
in
so
these
how are
guys.
we hitting
You're
1,000
putting
here
a
if
figure
it's all
inside
basic?
this thing.
That's why it's just size. It's big.
Yeah, the smaller one would be $9.99 or $1,100, and I think the big one is $12.99 to $14.99. That sounds right to me.
I need something for scale, man. We should have seen another vehicle in this picture, so that way we had an idea
Right.
for the size.
Yeah,
Right, to see what it looks like. He has come with sound. He has to come with sound effects or amount. This guy. $499 is like the closer of a Razor Crest from Hasbro. 1/6 TIE Fighter would be huge. No,
Those
absolutely.
wings would be huge.
Absolutely. All right. So next image, guys. Let's see what else we got. Here is the N1. Look at
Oh,
that.
that's cool.
So now
That's
we got
cool.
Grogu, we got Mando.
Finally got something to do with Grogu's.
See,
I got
here's
like
the
30
thing,
of
though.
those things in stock. That's ridiculous.
Here's the thing, though. Do you think a full Mando figure is going inside of this thing? Because right now it doesn't.
I don't know, bro. I really,
this
really
looks-
don't. I mean,
this-
if it's 6 scale, he has to fit.
Yeah, but even this Grogu, you know what I mean? Like, you think there's enough space? Again, we don't know, right?
This would never happen. This would never ever.
How come? How come? How come?
Because you're a moron if you even think for a second that this would come out. No fucking way.
Wait, why wouldn't it? Why would they make this model if it's never coming out? Like,
Because that's what Howard. What do you mean? Why did they?
I was
going
to say they do a lot of that.
And they did this last year, wasn't they? They did a streamed out Starfighter, so they had like a base of this and just added engines basically to it.
Right.
No way. This is what Howard does for fun for his collection, and
that is true. That is true, 100%. How much would you?
Because you know what else tells me that too is if you've ever watched the Sideshow live streams when they do their special events and stuff for the anniversary and whatnot, and they get those teasers like what we're looking at here. They tell you right out of the gate. Guy gets told all the time on stream, don't touch it. Like as soon as he reaches out, they tell, oh, don't touch it. You know what I mean? Like it's just stuck together with putty, you know what I mean? Or it's 3D printed and it's, like sure, it's got a great coat of paint on it, but yeah, it's not a production model.
Brandon, how much would you pay for this?
Okay, it's going to be in the $3,000 realm. No, I would say the same thing as a TIE Fighter. It's got to be coming in at, $500-600. I have a really, really difficult time. I mean,
you have a value. God bless you, man. I wish these would be fine. I would buy them if they were $500-600.
But think about it, Mike. Think about what that says with him throwing those prices around like that. What does that say to us about him as a collector?
Here it comes. Here it comes.
You can't possibly.
I have a hard time with it, man. Like, is that thing? Are those larger than the ATRT? Hit me with it. Are they larger?
Bob says, those are 1/12 scale, right?
Okay, 12 scale. It makes more sense because they look small to me.
Well, this looks tiny to me. That's why I said, is this a full-blown Mando? I don't think so. But again, I didn't know that.
So 12 scale makes sense.
How much was the bat thing that the bat ship that they made in 1/12 scale? Wasn't that $4.99?
That was 4 and change. Yep, exactly. That was.
Well, there you go. I was right the whole time.
Yeah, but think about how many years ago though.
But if a 12 scale of this, I think you're still going to be, $7.99, $8.99.
Yeah, 6-ish, 7-ish. Yep.
But again, if in 1/6 scale, I would jump this all the way. This one I would jump up to, minimum 15. This would be like 17, 18, I think.
That's wild, man. That's absolutely nuts.
And here we got the quarter scales, right? We got quarter scale Mando. We got the quarter scale Boba, which are great figures. We got quarter scale Darth Vader. Again, this Darth Vader was the original very first 1/4 scale figure made. We got a Stormtrooper here. Looks like just a plain white Stormtrooper. It could be. No, I don't think it's one of the new ones with the environment. Here we got a bunch of new troopers. I don't know what the hell this is back here. I can't see the name. This is definitely old, though. This is not new. We got Fennec. We got all the Boba stuff, all from the Boba show. Shore Trooper. We got the Scout Trooper. I don't know if this is what type of patrol this is. This looks like it's Patrol Trooper over here too. We got the R5D4s over here and the what do you call it? The droids, the pit droid and all that stuff. Right, we got Cad Bane here with his little droid. We got Cobb Vanth back here. We got Death Trooper. We got what is this? Is this the Incinerator Trooper? Yeah, is this what that is?
Yeah, it's Incinerator on the left and then Artillery on the right.
Artillery on the right. We got the Patrol Trooper over here. We got the
Transport.
whatever this one is over here. No, the Transport. Right, I keep saying Patrol. Which one's this one?
Commander or Captain, rather.
Captain, which one?
Isn't that the guy that comes with the dewback?
No, that's the one from Book of Boba Fett or
The
Mandalorian.
the one that you're talking about is has a white pauldron.
Yep.
We got Ahsoka, we got Luke, we got the Chrome Mando, and we got IG-12. That's another figure I need. If anybody's looking to get rid of an IG-12, please message me. We got the Swoop Bike with Mando. We got Paz Vizsla. We got the Imperial Praetorian Guard. We have the armor. We got the what is it? The Death Watch. The Death Watch Mandalorian. We got the 2.0 Moff Gideon. We got the Dark Trooper. We got another Death Trooper over here. We got the original TMS 007 Mando. We got Quill and the Blurg. We got what the hell is his name?
Tusken Raider.
The Tusken Raider. We got the double pack Boba Fett, Burpoo Boba Fett. These two here. We got Bo-Katan. We got Casca Reeves. We got Axe Wolves. We got IG-11. We got the pilot that we're getting soon. That's up for pre-order already from Rogue One. This is a snow trooper. I don't know where this is
I
from.
love Star Wars.
Yeah, this is again.
Characters designs are so solid, man.
See, this is what you're talking about, Mike. See how the one with the Dupac has the white one, the white pauldron.
Yeah.
And so another stormtrooper, scout trooper on the speeder, and then we got this. What the hell is this name again? The oh my god, Wicket. Yes, Wicket. Now we got the old Obi-Wan again. You know what's crazy? If you didn't know any better, a lot of you guys would think that this is all getting reissued.
Right.
You know, when you see all these things, you're like, oh, they're making a new one. Oh my God, they're making a new one. Nope, absolutely not. He just shows off because this is all his personal stuff, most likely. So you got Obi-Wan, you got the new Chewbacca. No, this is the old Chewbacca. The old Han. This is Farm Boy Luke. We were just talking about it, Brandon.
Yeah, dude. I tore down one of those Farm Boy Lukes, and those parts are super hot, man. Like half of them is already sold. I was impressed.
We got Hoth Leia. We got this guy. I forget his name.
Lando Calrissian.
Oh my God, Lando. I always forget his name. We got C-3PO with Salacious Crumb. We got the Anakin DX. We got C-3PO.
And the Anakin DX.
Where's Anakin DX?
That's what you said. I thought we were.
I meant Luke. Luke DX.
Oh,
this one. Luke DX. My bad. Then we got the Bad Batch. Right? We got
what a great squad, man.
Yeah. We got the Obi-Wan Darth Vader. We got Reva. We got Obi-Wan. We got the I always forget this one. The
Purge Trooper.
The Purge Trooper. Yeah, I never remember that. And then we got the Grand Inquisitor. Here are the ATRT, the Bark Speeder with the sidecar, and then the regular Bark Speeder.
Okay, maybe 750 on that TIE Fighter.
Now, I'm telling you, it's crazy, right? Here we got. So this is
sidecar version. I think is ridiculous.
Yeah, they're big. So here is Neo.
Yeah,
guys.
Neo.
So we got Neo with the Bark Speeder. So again, repainted speeder, guys. So if you're gonna be collecting the Clone Wars, guys, buckle up because this is never ending. Like I told you guys the last stream I did, don't forget about the STAP repaints also for the droids. And when I mentioned that, I had no idea that they were going to be displayed on this showcase, and we're going to get into it in a second. So this is a new announcement right here. There's Neo we had never gotten before. We have never seen it before. Everything else we've gotten already released, except for Kit Fisto back here and Plo Koon. But everything else is already out. Here is where it gets fun. So we got what's his name? Qui-Gon. Right, we got the Maul. This is probably the 2.0. If it's the 1.0, it's the same thing. This is what I was talking about to you guys. Guys, there's 51 of you guys here. How many likes, Thule? Let me know so we can continue because it looks like the roaches are back. One dropped. Look at that. One roach left and it got stepped on. One roach got stepped on immediately. The roach.
Yeah, I'm going to have to get a couple of those.
We got 50. We got what? The Staps?
Yep.
Yeah, they look nice with the brown.
I don't know. Of course, I go back and forth, but I want an army build those robots.
Guys, we need 3 more likes. 3 more likes. If you're enjoying the stream, 3 more likes. If you're not enjoying it, please leave. Obviously, why would you stay? Why would you stay if you don't like? How many likes? 50 or 47?
They haven't
50?
announced that, right? They haven't announced that staff, right?
No, not yet. Not yet. Let's go, guys. If you don't like it, if you don't like the stream or you can't hit the like button, the stream is not for you. If there's nothing I can do to make you hit the like button, the stream is not for you. I apologize. I
Perhaps
can't.
maybe you're just unlikable.
I can't make you. Oh, we got 51. Really?
Brandon, let's not go that far.
Brandon, how dare you make up lies? So like I said, we're getting the stop, right? We're getting it repainted, just like we got the Bark Speeder you just saw, right? We're getting, this is Palpatine from Clone Wars, which we already got. We haven't gotten the what's his name? Grievous, right? We haven't gotten Grievous. Dooku, there's a possibility, like I said, that he may get re-announced from that dark side thing that they did. Also, as you can see, the episode 2 Anakin, and we have what's his name? Jango Fett, right? And then this is all Ahsoka stuff, literally everything besides the red Sith trooper here, right? We have the Night Trooper, we have the Death Trooper, we have Enoch, we have Grand Admiral Thrawn, Marek, we got Balin, we got Shin, we got what's her name? Oh my god, I always forget her name. Sabine Wren. Yeah, I always forget her name. We got Ahsoka the White, we got Hera, we got Chopper, we got Rey, we got what the hell is this guy's name again?
What's he look like? I'm not in front of the screen right now.
The black guy.
The black guy.
From The Force
Mace
Awakens.
Windu?
No, from Force Awakens.
Oh, Sean Boyega. That's Finn.
Finn. I remember his name.
No,
so
that
now
that whole line can be skipped. That whole line.
Force Awakens?
Yeah, no, not Force Awakens. That whole TV series, because they just all they did was threw Finn and Rey in there to kind of make it look better. But to be honest, it's that whole line is skippable.
Wait,
so here, guys. So this whole image here, they're all pretty much new. So here is the Hono Trooper, right? Here we got a brand new repaint of Scorch, which is up here, right? All those commandos are getting repainted, as you can see. So here's Scorch. This one, I don't know if it was called Sev or whatever it was. Then this one is another one. Then this one's Clone Commando Boss, right? And then, so as you can see, this head sculpt here, it is 99.9% very, very similar to the Clone Wars Darth Sidious figure that we just got. So as you can see, what did they do different? The red outfit, right? So he's getting the Chancellor Palpatine outfit in this one. Where is this from? Sideshow already did this years ago. I have the figure. And for those who follow me on social media and watched me when I posted the Artisan Anakin photos, I posted my Palpatine with that Anakin in those pictures. So that is, again, a reuse of the head sculpt, as you can see, which is a no-brainer. And here, the Naboo version of Anakin from episode 2. Okay, another one, again, nobody expected it. Shout out to Bob, because he told me about it, because I didn't know that this was, I thought it was the same Anakin we had gotten already, because it's the same exact head sculpt. I didn't pick up on the what do you call it, on the poncho, and I didn't pick up on the on the under outfit that is completely different from the Anakin that we already got, from the episode 2 that we already got. So now, question for you, Michael. Any of these two figures exciting for you? Because obviously you're not going to get these repaints by any means. So these two being head sculpts, these two being...
How could you not?
Yes, no, maybe.
No, I mean it. Those are deltas, man. Like that's going to be a big deal when they drop.
I know, but I'm saying Michael doesn't care for any of this.
Oh, gotcha.
Right.
So my point is, what do you care about? Do you care for the two head sculpts or not?
No, because we got them. Easy pass. Easy pass.
Well, you didn't. Did you buy the Clone Wars Palpatine? No.
No, but I don't. Again, I don't need. You know what? I don't want to say that. I could use him, but I'm not. Again, not in a hurry. Again, I'm a Hot Toys veteran, not a Hot Toys rookie.
So now, what about you, Brandon? What about any this guy? What about any
the deltas? The deltas. Right. haven't decided yet. I mean, I don't have Scorch, but like I have a fair number of people that have them sealed that want to get off of them. So if I wanted to get in on Scorch so I could complete the squad, I might do that because I mean, I wasn't particularly attached to them, but I like the designs. I like the paint jobs. You know what I mean? Like I like the general feel, and the fact that they all have light up visors really does it for me. Like I think that's a great figure. You know, regardless of whether or not the repaints, like that's Delta Squad. Palpatine, I don't think we have enough figures of Palpatine. So I get the distinct impression, especially with the behavior that we've seen from Hot Toys in the past, that might just be a placeholder head sculpt. They probably went ahead and whipped something up real quick because they got the green light to do an Emperor Palpatine or a Senator Palpatine before the phase shift. It's going to have some cool accessories and some cool, like his hands. Those hands are definitely different, definitely new. I think that that the head sculpt is a placeholder, and that we're going to get a new Palpatine down the road. So I would definitely be in for that because I think Palpatine is a character that's underserved. Like they did the 2-pack, like you were talking about, the one that you have, the 2-pack by Sideshow, which was great. I mean, I took the clothes off of mine and used it to do a custom with, and it came out pretty decent. With a third party head, and it's because I thought that the heads on those figures are terrible. But again, it's a 10, 15-year-old figure. So I would definitely be in for a Palpatine, especially if they go ahead, they do that red outfit. Like it does look like they took the outfit off the Sideshow figure. Like I feel like this is all just concept. It's all going to change. Bro, if they release him in that red in that red new Emperor's outfit with the characters down the front of his chest panel, I'm gonna absolutely lose my mind because I've been wanting that look for him for a very long time.
Well, the
hood is completely different.
They would have listed him as a prototype. This is going to be an upcoming release for sure.
Yeah, but they went ahead and they sold DX26 as a new release, and then 3 weeks before he dropped, we got an entirely new head sculpt, and that head sculpt is banging. So I think there's room. Like there's no reason they put that black robe on it.
You're talking about Obi-Wan?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Well,
the Anakin's a hard pass for me. I think that we got everything we needed with the Attack of the Clones version that they dropped. Poe Dameron, I think, is going to hit just because people have wanted him for a long time. I sell a lot of Snowspeeder Luke outfits because people, they, especially when, what was that Moon Knight figure you guys love so much, the third-party one? Mr. Knight? Mr. Moon? Mr. Knight, yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Moon.
Gentle Moon.
So
when that figure dropped, I was flush out of Luke, Snowspeeder Luke outfits in like 3 days. I must have sold 8 or 9 of them because people were just so hot on being able to produce that Poe Dameron. So I think it's going to do well. It's not for me. I'm not a Force Awakens guy. I mean, I feel like Force Awakens was a good, safe movie to do. They didn't take any chances with it, but they wrecked that entire fucking trilogy with The Last Jedi. So I'm out at that point.
Well, forget the movies. Forget the movies for a second.
No, I can't forget the movies, bro. Like you can't piss on Star Wars like that.
He can completely disconnect figures from the movie properties.
I can't do that.
He has that ability. He can completely look at it with blinders on and look at it for the figure only. And I can't do that either.
I can't. And I'll tell you, man, Force Awakens, Kylo Ren is a favorite figure of mine, and I still will not. I got 3 of them sitting in a box down here, open to the air, ready to be torn down, and I refuse to put one in my collection because I feel like at that point I'm co-signing the terrible, terrible job that they did with that. Like, how in the hell? How do you produce a bad Star Wars film? How do you do that? Well, we got a master class in it over the last 10 years. So, but anyways, back to the figures. Jar Jar Binks.
You wouldn't get the Poe? You would not get the Poe?
No. I wouldn't. I mean, I would get them for parts to tear down, so I'll have a few of them on order. But for my own collection, no.
I would have to get the Poe.
It's a great figure. Don't get me wrong, but I like him the same way that I love Kylo Ren. I really, really do. I think the character's design was amazing. I can't get past it. I can't get past how they shit on Star Wars with that. With The Last Jedi.
It's gonna be. When you're a true collector, right?
Get out.
When you're a true Hot Toys veteran,
this guy.
I'm
gonna stand up, Fabs.
I don't need a movie to tell me what to buy. Okay, so
it's not even that. It's this is emotional for me. My collection, every figure that I have in my collection, I have a bond with. I never thought I would admit to this, especially in front of 50 other people that we have 47 likes for. So we're gonna halt the show in a minute. But no, like, bro, like it makes me feel sad when I was leaving for work outside of California, because I would do that. I would be outside of California for work for 6, 7, 8, 9 months at a time. And so I would put them away because I didn't want housekeeping to touch my shit when I wasn't there. I put them away, and it was like I would spend a day checking out my figures, putting the right hands back on them for to repackage them and all that, so I could lock them up. And so like I have a bond with these figures. Like this symbolizes something for me that I love so much and was never able to secure for myself when I was younger. It's a marker of success. So like I'm attached to my figures. So as much as I like a figure and I think it would look great on the shelf, Moon Knight is another great one. I don't give a shit about Moon Knight, but it's a great figure. Right. So it's just a pass, man. It's just a pass. The personal thing.
Now for you, Michael. So Poe, Jar Jar, tell me about them. Excited for them? Not really.
Poe, I think I would get. I definitely would get. What's his name?
Cassian.
Who's the French guy?
The French guy.
The guy next to him.
Cassian?
I think Cassian is a must. You know what? Jar Jar is not actually a must buy. I see Cassian and Poe as must buys over Jar Jar.
I gotta have Jar Jar. And what's funny about that is I've been wanting a Jar Jar for so long, and people think I'm kidding when I say it. Not because I'm gonna display him like as you see there. Bro, like the conspiracy has always been that Jar Jar was a Sith Lord. I'm going to tear that figure down and make the best dark side Jar Jar anybody has ever seen. I've already got the painter lined up for it. It's going to be ripping, man. It's going to be an awesome figure. He's going to sit in my collection forever.
I mean, there's one.
Michael, question for you.
Yeah.
What part of France did you say this guy was from?
He's from France.
Well, isn't he French? Isn't he French? Isn't he? I think he's French.
Pedro Pascal, dude. I'm pretty sure he's not Mexican. I think he's from Spain.
Cassian is Mexican. He's not French. Okay.
Are you sure?
100%.
Yeah, he's not Mexican either. He's from Spain. I'm fairly confident.
Okay, he's Spain. All right. Because I was gonna say that.
I get it. Because Spain is near France.
Yeah, I didn't think he was Mexican. I thought he was like
Pedro Pascal is Chilean.
Oh, Chilean. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, he's
Toluca, France. Toluca is Mexico.
Where is he from now? Come on, honestly.
He's Mexican. I love the whole conversation. He's Mexican.
Wait, so is he Mexican or is he not? What are you guys
talking about? Like the guy.
Diego Luna is from Mexico.
I said Pedro Pascal, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. Look at that. See?
I messed that one up.
See? He's Mexican. He don't even know his own people. Unbelievable. No respect.
Jesus Christ.
Come on, man. They're all Mexicans. You have Eastern Mexican, you have Southern Mexican.
Exactly. See, you guys heard it here first. They all look the same. So now, Mike, Jar Jar and Cassian and K2SO. You said you like K2SO?
Yeah, I have K2SO already.
Yeah, what are they going to do new with that figure that they didn't do before? You think he'll have die-cast parts like Grievous does?
LED. That's it.
LED, gotcha.
The USB, LED light bullshit.
You racist.
I pissed off Ernesto.
Welcome, Matt.
No, I don't think. I think Jar Jar's not necessary. Everyone should have K2SO already. So Cassian, Poe. That's it. That's
right.
All we
exactly. Everybody should have K2SO already if you're a true collector. What about you, Brandon? What about all these? So you got Jar Jar Binks, you got Cassian, you got K2SO, you got. So this is a new one, guys. We got a range trooper with a bazooka now, right? Which again we didn't get that. We got it with a rifle for the exclusive.
Doesn't that piss you off though? For all the guys that just spent $300-$400 getting.
Well, look at the boots are different too.
Well, they don't have the magnetic boots. That's number one, right? But again, it's the same. It's the same thing without the boots and a different weapon. Which again,
when did we see this figure? I'm feeling lost here.
What do you mean? It just came out literally a few like 2 weeks.
No. This character in Star Wars, we only saw Range Troopers and Solos.
Solo.
Yeah,
That's
but
it.
not like this. In
Didn't
Solo, they were all on the train.
fire something at the train? Didn't one of those troopers fire something at the train? No,
Right,
guess
but,
they did.
but then
So
that means that probably from the show Andor he might appear.
Oh, okay, all right. If he shows up in Andor, because Andor season 2 is going to be a trip. They're doing, I think it's 3 episodes per every 10 years or something like that. So they're going to cover a lot of time. So I could see that it's going to go right through this. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they will pop up again.
Remember one of the scenes in the trailer of the upcoming season. They showed that in one of them he's wearing a big coat, Cassian.
Yeah.
So that goes to tell you, and he looks kind of like Hoth Han if you pay attention to that jacket, that bluish jacket. So he's definitely going to be in the cold. So I think that's where that's from, But Mike is right. It's like if you just spent, again, it's completely different. But if you're looking just for that look, then yeah, you just spent for a metallic boots.
You just played yourself.
So here is all of Force Awakens, right? The Last Jedi, and then the Rise of Skywalker. All this stuff here. This Darth Vader is the new Hono Vader that's coming soon, right? Look how cool it looks. Very different. It doesn't look bad at all, actually. Look how nice that looks. That's a sexy look to a Darth Vader, I can tell you that. Rey looks beautiful there. She looks mean as hell there for some reason.
Back it up. Play this game. Back it up. What are the figures that are needed, that are a must buy from this line right here? This lineup.
None, because this is all old. Nothing here is new.
No, I'm saying but really, like Brandon, which ones would you say are a must for your collection if you had to buy?
For my collection?
Yep.
If I was into the sequel trilogy, I would have to have Phasma and Stormtroopers. I would have to have the original 3. Han, Leia, and Luke. I would have to have Kylo Ren and Rey. Chewbacca. If you have Han, you got to have Chewbacca.
No, but that Chewbacca. Remember, that Chewbacca is the one that's horrible with that broken mouth.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that fucked up mouth.
Let's see. Let's scroll to the left again. Further. And I guess Finn. I would have to throw Finn in there too.
Because they were all great figures. I mean, really.
Yeah,
and the aging, that Leia, that Han, that Luke, those old Lukes, they were all very well sculpted.
Yep. Very good.
Oh, yeah. They're
good.
Great figures. I just can't believe they went ahead and, I felt like, I don't even want to get into it.
Even this guy, beautiful.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You don't need any of those troopers. You need all the heroes there. You don't need Chewbacca.
Right.
That's it.
And then, guys, we got, let me see that. No, we did that already. Did we do this? No, we didn't do this yet. So we got more shots. Again, looks like the entrance. We got some stormtroopers here. Yeah, this is the entrance for, I think this is the location where they had all this stuff. Look at that. So this is the Cherry Blossom Haori version. This is Darkseid. Look how mean that looks. There's Galen with his goofy ass face. There is Darth Vader with the Mondo repaint.
Horrible.
Yeah, this is Mondo.
Yeah, what were they doing with that, man?
Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking. Again, like I said, I could go, if I don't get it, I'm good. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's the one that I'm not worried about. If I don't get, I mean, I want it, obviously, but if I don't get it,
this might not be too smart spending all this money and doing this, and because if these tariffs do last, like this doesn't seem like a good way to.
They're not going to last, man. This is going to go on for probably. I will be shocked if it goes on for 3 months. The Chinese economy is already showing. Bro, the Chinese economy is already fucking massive.
But they're fucking bastards. They are not gonna.
I know. But here's the deal, bro.
He'll bury that economy out of.
Yes, but when those billion people show up at the Imperial Palace with fucking torches and pitchforks, things are going to change.
He will run them over with tanks.
Right. Okay. Exactly. But here's the thing, man. History has shown over and over again that if you stack enough bodies, you can climb over the mountain. That's just the way it is.
He will mass murder people and sweep it under the rug, and he'll hide it on his internet. No one will know shit. COVID-20 will come out.
Look at that. Look at that beauty. My God.
I don't know. Like I get that it's concept and all, but I'll tell you, if I had one of those figs, I would tear the head off of him and put a different head on it, and it would be whatever rogue Jedi. You know what I mean?
Remember that for the Darth Maul figures, usually so far, they're always magnetized, right? It's always like a magnetic head.
Yeah.
So it's easy.
Yeah, but that's irrelevant. Actually, I think that's changing. Somebody told me that the new 2.0 Phantom Menace Maul doesn't have the magnetic head, and the magnetic head. That neck post is magnetic too, and the neck post comes off. It's got a recessed chest peg, just like every other figure. Right. So I mean, like I would be like, I think it's a great design, the character itself, but I hate the Maul head on that. I hate the horns. I hate everything about that version of Maul, except the outfit. So like, I would find a hole in the wall head sculpt that nobody recognizes. I would slap it on there, maybe do some dark side painting, dark side corruption on it, some veins and things like that, and just have a bitchin' Star Wars figure. I can't get over like how ugly this Maul is.
China is betting on U.S. consumers crumbling and U.S. companies.
Yeah, exactly. That's never going to happen. That's never going to happen. Our economy is got to be, gosh, I think it's pretty close to 50% larger than theirs. They're going to tank before the United States does.
Right. Yeah, no, but it's true.
Phelan Skull's head sculpt. Thule just said it. That would look phenomenal on that figure.
Yeah, that is true. I agree with Mike though. That government in China, man, they don't care. They will.
Oh, I know it.
They will do exactly what Mike said to the entire population, and they will not even flinch. It is that cold over there. So
you got to keep in mind too, though, that the Chinese population has been on a steady downturn for like the last 8 or 9 years as well. So there's a lot to talk about. Like there are a lot of facets to that jewel.
All right, so we're gonna get into the figures, guys. Now, finally, about time. So we're gonna go over the releases because everybody's out already, right? So we have. Let's start with Cherry Blossom because this is Blogger. Yep. So okay. So here we go. So Michael, real quickly, exciting, not exciting? Are you looking for one? Do you care if it comes with the shirt for the one you're getting, or do you want it without the shirt?
Yeah, not for me. No.
Mike's like,
I think I'm going to go against the grain a little bit on this one. I could see if like, and what really sold me on this is that porcelain. When you posted figures of the porcelain stormtrooper you got recently, Fab. If I had, because there's like 3 or 4 of these really whacked out, weird styled stormtroopers out there. If I had a display with every one of them, I would jump on this one. Like if I had the porcelain, what other ones are out there? There's like 3 of them, isn't there? You know what? But
see, I disagree. Like we're comparing this to porcelain. This is nothing like the porcelain. The porcelain really is a work of art. This is not. It's not as artistically beautiful to me as porcelain.
I mean, I can see with the shirt, the shirt's kind of absurd. I don't even know why we went with that route. Maybe we were just desperate for an accessory. But like, I think it's pretty neat. But I'm a huge fan of cherry blossoms. Like, I love that time of year. You know what I mean? I go online looking for photos of, when the cherry blossoms are in bloom. In Japan, and then. Oh, okay, yeah, that's cool. But still, I don't know.
I've never seen that until right now.
Like, why would you like? I understand, but who's posing that? Who's buying that figure and then posing? I don't know. Maybe I'm just wrong.
That's the whole point. That's the whole point. It's going to be a completely different looking stormtrooper in your collection. And the ones you're talking about are bronze, gold, chrome, and
like they don't go. Porcelain is like stands out to the because they're all metallic, right? Copper, gold, silver, the black.
Yeah. Know what I'm talking about though. Isn't there another painted one just like this and porcelain?
No,
I thought there was a third one.
No. It's solid. It's solid colors. The only one that's funky is porcelain. Okay. And then look how different this is. Look the chest plate, how small it is. Look at all the exposed.
Yeah, that's different too.
Very different.
There's no Star Wars design. Like there's no like little like hidden. Like, how there was the hidden AT-AT on the back of the porcelain stormtrooper's helmet?
Right.
It was like that design, like that,
right.
It's not even the same.
It's more basic. It's more basic. Paying more. We're paying more for more basic stuff. We don't get the design.
I mean, if you like pink and you like cherry blossoms, I mean, look at Brandon. You and your husband will love this figure. I'm
cultured, asshole.
You said you and your husband. All right. So now, Brandon, let's go with you. Galen, excited for Galen? Are you trying to pick up a Galen? Did you get a Galen? Are you bothering with Galen?
If I had a Rogue One display, I would be chasing this one. But I got into the game a little late to have a Rogue One display. I thought Rogue One was great. If they do re-releases on like Chirrut and they do re-releases on, you know, the other figures, I could see getting into it and then wanting this one. I think he's a great fig. I really do. It's just not my speed. You know, I don't have, he wouldn't fit in anywhere, you know?
I'm shocked.
Go ahead, Michael.
I love this figure. I love it. But I mean, I'm not in a race to get it. Like, I'm not going to overpay.
Right.
I'm not, you know, so I'm.
Yeah. I feel like this one's definitely going to come down on secondary after a minute.
Yeah. Exactly. So, I mean, I'll get him.
There's nothing to him. He's all head sculpt.
Yeah,
Right.
he's all head sculpt.
Literally.
And it's not a bad thing. It's just, you know.
But I mean, look at he stands out right. Like, look at that. He stands
Yeah,
out. in
that's
the
a proper
uniform.
display.
I mean, I love it. I love it. I want this. But again,
Yeah.
I'm not. This is the Hot Toys veteran, not the Hot Toys. I'm going to spend $1,100 on a.
Well, so your best bet is, I guess, waiting for Sideshow. If that's
Yeah,
your last.
look, I got time. I got time, baby. I'll wait a year. I'm good. I'm in no rush.
That is true. That is true. So here, so another image. Look how badass they look together. Beautiful, beautiful. His eyes look kind of big. I don't know if I like the eyes. They look very big. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I think it's a great head
Some angles
sculpt.
are off.
See, look at that. Look how funky that looks. He looks cockeyed there. Tell me that looks perfect. See, the eyes are a little big, guys.
It's
Again,
dude. It's the posable eyes. That's the problem.
Stupid purrs.
No, I know, but still, guys, I think everybody should cancel their orders and send them to me. So, all right. So now, next one, we got this beauty here. So let's go with you, Brandon. So we got the Scarecrow 2.0, right? Brand new head sculpt, brand new figure. We've gotten a 1.0 with the straight jacket, right? There was no interchangeable anything besides hands, barely, if that. What do you think of the head sculpt? How do you like the figure? Is it something that you're going to be buying since you were already carrying Dark Knight Trilogy stuff?
I am. No, I love the Dark Knight trilogy. I think this is a great fig. I saw it when they announced it. It definitely got me itching. As soon as I saw it, I thought, "Gosh, this is great." If I did have a Dark Knight display, I would be all over him without hesitation. I think he's a great figure. I mean, the head sculpt is awesome too. I mean, Cillian Murphy was great as or Killian. Is it Cillian Murphy or Cillian?
Yeah,
But I think he was great as Scarecrow.
I say silly,
And,
but everybody says Killian.
Well, in that
No,
case,
it
Cillian Murphy
great.
was great, and I think
It has
it's it captures, like we've had conversations before about really great head sculpts, like Balin Skull's one of them, where you can look into the head sculpt and it looks back at you, and I feel like you get the same result and the same response out of this one.
Absolutely, 100%. And one thing I just noticed, guys, this is not from the Dark Knight trilogy. This is from Batman Begins specifically.
Batman Begins.
I thought they were making, all these figures from the Dark Knight trilogy line, which I wouldn't be shocked at, because why wouldn't they, right? But this is specifically Batman Begins. So now, Michael, how do you like the figure? What do you think of the figure? Do you like it? Do you think it's exciting? Do you care for it? Do you not care for it? Is there anything on it that you like?
Yeah, I love it. I think this is the truest 2.0 figure they've done, right?
In what sense?
Meaning they've re-released figures, and I don't think that they had enough improvement to call them a 2.0. You know what I mean? But when you compare this version to the last version, there's clearly multiple improvements and upgrades to officially call this a 2.0. And the head sculpt alone, like that head sculpt is killer.
Right.
It's really good.
Yeah, it is really impressive.
Yeah, that alone sells it for me. Like, good head sculpts, right? Every time, if it's a super good head sculpt, I like it, and I'll want to get it. So this is great.
Now, what would you rate it 1 to 10 just from what you see?
Right? It's gotta be close 9. That head sculpt is fucking good, man. It's good.
The suit looks good too. I mean,
No,
I don't give out 10s because I don't believe a 10
Sculpted
exists.
hair, sculpted
But,
hair.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like again, you're. Thank God, you're gonna keep that look. It's just awesome.
And Brandon just pointed out something that I was gonna ask: the tailoring on the suit. What do you think of that? Because that thing is beautiful.
It's clean, man.
It's much improved, right?
It's sharp as hell. Look at it.
Go back a few photos and look. There's a close up of the knot in his tie. It looks like an actual tie knot.
Yeah, no, I pointed that out too when the announcement came. I was like, look how perfect that tie knot is. Look at it. Hold on. Let me right here. Look at that.
Right there, yeah.
Look at that, man.
Yeah.
But look at everything about the head sculpt. Look how perfect. Whether you put him close up or far away, he looks perfect. This is a perfect. Now, question for you, Mike. What changes do you think were made to this figure that justifies them calling it a 2.0 for you?
It's the head sculpt, really. I mean, but I mean, again, they did a lot of little additional things, right? They did that little effect on the hand. The tailoring is much improved compared to the old figure.
How about the mask? Did the mask change at all?
Say it again?
The suitcase, right? We didn't get that suitcase.
Never.
Oh, okay.
The first time around.
And this is also a cloth mask that you actually get to hold in your hand. So
go to the screen with all the the whole layout to see what we get. Yeah, like come on, we get with that lighter. We didn't get the lighter last time.
We didn't get
the lighter. Wow, look at that.
The flashlight.
We got a flashlight. We got the effect, right? We didn't get the apparatus. We didn't get the apparatus that he wraps around his waist here that releases the gas. Right, here's the holes that you got to, I'm assuming, run through his arm to have it
honestly,
stick out.
They couldn't give me, if you wouldn't need to give me any of that. If you give me a head sculpt like that,
I'll buy it again.
You can re-release every figure that has a bad head sculpt. Like I'm cool with it because it's that good. It's just it's that big of an improvement.
Was the first one pretty bad? The head sculpt?
There was no head sculpt.
Yeah, it's dated. It was really not.
There was no head sculpt. There was no head sculpt for the original. The original one, all you got was this mask, which was the very basic mask.
It didn't come with the head sculpt?
There was no head sculpt. It came with this mask. It came with the straight jacket, and that was it. And it came single, and it came in a double pack with the Demon Batman from Batman Begins. That was it.
Oh, it was like a straight jacket, right? He's in this like beige straight jacket.
There was no head sculpt for that. So this is the very first time we get a doctor. What the hell's his name? Doctor. Oh my God, what's his name?
Dr. Scarecrow.
No, yeah, Doctor. He says it right here. Forget his name.
On the tip of my tongue.
It's not a hard.
I've been rolling the animated series in the background while I work lately.
That's one of the best head sculpts they've come out with lately. I feel like that's definitely top 5 right now.
His name is Jonathan Crane. Jonathan Crane. Yeah, Dr. Crane. Yeah, I always forget his name. So again, what about it, Mike? Did you say so? The head sculpt. So as long as Hot Toys gives you a great head sculpt, you're all in no matter what.
Right. Pretty much. I mean,
you're just still not gonna, but you're still not gonna pre-order this.
Right.
Now,
I will not
seeing what's been happening with DC specifically, meaning from my own experience, Supergirl, I had to overpay for her. She's gone. Bane, I actually bought my Bane from Brandon already. Already was sold out. You couldn't get anywhere near it at a decent price. Brandon had it for I think something like $40 over retail. Which was better than anything else out there at the moment. So seeing that pattern that DC is going fairly quickly, you still don't care about pre-ordering this.
Okay, I don't want to insult you, Mr. Veteran. I really don't. But those are some pretty big rookie moves, in my opinion.
What, pre-ordering?
No, rushing to pay for those figures at premium prices. Like you paid a premium for that Supergirl. You paid a premium for that Bane. And look at a year from now, and that because you got to give it time, right? We talked about this in the 6 months after release. That's when all the FOMO homos are out there doing their thing. And you're one of them. I love you, but you're one of them. You're jumping in.
Don't ever disrespect me.
I'm not gonna get him. I'm not gonna get him, Brandon. How much you got him for? Sorry,
guys.
I've been around the block, man. I can't do it.
Guys, this is what somebody who doesn't collect anymore says.
Oh, there's the psyop. There's his psyop,
guys.
guys.
Very active. How can you say, hey, let's collect a year from now, like a true Hot Toys veteran that I call myself? How does that sound like to you guys? Does that sound normal to you guys? Or does that sound like a little bit of...
Have you heard of a psyop?
Who's going to sit here and go,
when you guys are sitting on a 500 figure collection, you don't need to rush into a figure. You know what I mean? When you got 1,300, do you really need 1,301? When you need to pay an extra $100 to get figure 1,301? You know what I mean? There are plenty of figures.
I'm at 13.
To be honest, man, I never like that argument that it's too much, it's premium.
I'm at 13.
I don't like the argument because at the end of the day, and it doesn't matter, it could be a dirty stick off the ground because it has a great shape. Okay. At the end of the day, a thing is worth whatever somebody is willing to pay for it. You know what I mean? It's like I was selling those Banes, I was selling them at 100, almost 125 over retail, and they were going all day long. So it's like if it means that much to you, like before you came in, Mike, I was telling a story about how, my regulars, I got a lot of, high dollar regulars that hit me up the moment something appears. And each one of these guys were hitting me up for that, the Sith Apprentice, the new Dark Side Anakin. And it's like, yeah, I don't have them. And they're going, okay, I just wanted to check in before I drop 14, 15, 1,600 with this other person. And it's like, you got to keep in mind that, $1,000 to some people is not the same as $1,000 to other people. So it's like, at the end of the day, man, if they want what they want, I mean, and they want to, they don't have a problem paying the premium. No,
Brandon,
it's a non-issue,
It's not about that. It's weird. I'm trying to collect smart, right? I was a guy who pre-ordered everything. Pre-ordered everything. I had to have it. I was addicted to the game. I was addicted to the PO. I'll admit it. I was a completionist. I collected as a completionist, and I ordered pretty much, not everything, but close to. You know what I mean? And let me tell you, you can't do that now. Sorry, like the level of release, the amount of figures that are coming out. You can look over to your left and find something just as cool, and you can forget about that Supergirl for a year. You can, because that Supergirl is not an awesome. It's not an amazingly awesome figure where you need it. That movie sucked. That Supergirl sucked. And if you really need it, don't worry. People are going to forget about her. They absolutely look at. There's no question. They're going to in a year. That Supergirl from a very bad DC movie will be forgotten about. People will look to the new hottest thing, right? Because Fantastic Four and the new X-Men movie releases that might be coming out, and then they're going to sell those to get the new thing. The FOMO homos are going to be looking at the new thing, and they're going to forget the old thing and sell off the old. It's going to happen. It happens all the time. So don't rush.
Well, now question. So now, guys, so that's Mike's take on his way of collecting, which, as you guys know, he's sitting on 15 boxes, brand new sealed, right? No time to open, but he's telling me stop collecting. All right, so that was PSYOP number one. PSYOP number two, Michael. Now, question for you. Let's say that this Supergirl happens to be the same nationality as you, number one, okay? She happens to be somebody, a character that you obviously weren't going to wait a year for, right? Because if you're collecting Hot Toys, who waits a year, right? That's your giveaway to somebody who says, hey, you can wait a year for a Hot Toys figure so you could get it for $100. That is clearly not a true Hot Toys collector.
Bullshit, man. You're
somebody that is
We've been doing this for 15 years.
Correct.
We know better now.
That's why. Well, no. Wait, relax. That's why I'm telling you, because I've been doing it. That's because I've been doing it this long. I can tell you that's what it is. No collector is going to get the figure that just came out today a year from now and go, hey guys, look, yeah. If
the fuck?
let me continue. I'm not done. Relax, calm down, take it easy.
The whole nationality thing is a weird fucking thing. But go ahead.
No. So the whole point, because you kept saying, nobody cares about that Supergirl. I kept telling you guys, Supergirl is Colombian. I was gonna get 2 of her just from the fact that she's Colombian. When I started looking for
quite
her,
a racist thing for you to say, Fabs.
she was nowhere to be found. I told you guys I was going to keep one in the box and I was going to get another one to have displayed. Well, clearly, as you saw, I could barely get one. So now, if Mike is correct, and a year from now, Supergirl is dirt cheap, then guess what? I'll get my second then. But I'm not going to wait a year for anything to save $100 to save. And right now, I'm about literally over 15 figures behind, and I've been getting them for cheap. Give you an example. John Wick 4 just came out a couple months ago. I got John Wick 4 2 days ago for special edition. Okay. John Wick 4 special edition for $200, and I have a witness for it. Okay, so it was used, still brand new, missing the clamshell, $200 for a brand new figure, nothing missing, nothing chipped, nothing wrong with it. So I'm saving money, but I'm not waiting a year to get a John Wick, and it's not happening. So that's how I operate. Obviously, again, if you're a collector that's trying to save money, by all means, you're gonna have to wait 6 months, 8 months. 10 months.
I mean, look, if you're a collector trying to save money, are you a collector trying to burn money?
That's kind of a good point.
No,
honestly,
really, I'm not.
No, but he is because he will buy a figure and pay tax and shipping. Like that never comes into a consideration for him. It's about the figure. Where
Correct.
Absolutely. I'll pause over tax and shipping every effing time.
But that's what I'm saying. Like if you're 100% correct, it's about the figure. I want that figure in my collection when I want it, and that's it. You know what I mean? You, again, because you're involved in
I have patience. Because I have patience.
It's not about patience. Because think about it. You're focused. Absolutely not. You're
going to say I'm focused on other things. That's not
absolutely. No, what are you buying? What are you buying more of right now? Go ahead. Go ahead. What are you buying more of right now? Answer that.
Doesn't matter what I'm buying more of.
Of course it matters. Because if you're not buying Hot Toys and you're buying other shit, why would you care about Hot Toys?
Again, I've been doing this for 15 years, man. If you are telling me that I can buy the figure now for $400, or if I wait a year, I can buy it for $200. I'm just gonna wait. I'm not gonna get burned by Hot Toys anymore. I've been burned by them way too much.
Right.
And again, bring up Bane. Hold on, bring up Bane. Right, Bane. Another release of Bane. Don't look at. I can look back. I have fucking 3 Banes in my display. Do I need that Bane? Do I really need that Bane right now? I can wait. I don't need to overpay for that 4th fucking Bane right now. I know you have 3 or 4 Banes. Don't tell me you don't.
Well, but here's the thing, though. How are you going to tell me that because of how you collect, right? Because again, remember, you're spending thousands on prints, on covers, thousands on statues, thousands on everything else that isn't Hot Toys. That's why you don't care for anything. Every stream, you don't care for figures. So people need to understand this. Okay, you haven't pre-ordered anything in a long time because you don't care about Hot Toys at the moment.
So you think because I collect other things, that's why I don't pre-order Hot Toys anymore?
You are focused more on other things than Hot Toys, 100%. Absolutely.
I would say maybe to that, but I am not. The reason, look at Hot Toys was burning us with these pre-orders, right? And number one, too many. There are too many pre-orders, too many figures coming out at once. Number one.
Yeah.
And again,
I'll buy that all day long.
With the amount of figures, right? These are not cheap figures, guys. Right. You have to make a pretty decent coin to be a completionist collector. You had to.
Yeah.
I don't make $50,000 a year. There's no fucking way I could do it and collect this many figures. So again, if you want to be a smart collector and collect a ton of figures, you just have to be smart. If you save $50 every figure by not paying tax and shipping, you do that 4 times in a row, and you got a free figure.
Absolutely
That's
correct.
all I'm saying is that rush into it, to have it now, because you're saying I can't wait the year. Why? Because you don't have 1,300 other figures to distract you.
So that's the thing. So my mentality when it comes to the figure is clearly completely different than your mentality when it comes to the figure. Any figure, you know what I mean. So
I was gonna say
that's where the difference is. What, Brandon?
The one thing, and I'm not pissing on anybody on this, but here's the deal. Okay, there are two kinds of collectors. I think Mike is the latter, but you get Fabs, and Fabs is, and I know this because I used to be this way. Okay, but Fabs is the guy. He poses all of his shit in museum poses because he can't get the pose right. He's never happy with the pose. It never looks like it does in the pictures, and I understand that because I was the same way. Okay. But then, Mike, I feel like you're a little bit of the latter sort where you're actually going to put the time in to get the right look out of your figures. And that's why you're okay with that, because your hobby extends way farther than just putting them up on the shelf. Okay. I actually took the time to figure out, why does it fucking suck every time I pose one of these figures? Why? And then I started watching the videos that that Paul was doing on how to be a poser and all that sort of thing. And I learned there are certain lines that you want to follow. When you pose a certain way, there's a certain, you know what I mean? Like the shoulder plates have to be at a certain angle. The cape has to ride over one side, but not the other, and so on. Bro, I will spend, when I got my my Darth Revenant, I spent an hour with a spoon, and I've shown you guys my tools before, but I spent an hour with a clothing steamer and a spoon getting the pose on the hood just right. And that was, I still wasn't happy with it. I came back to it 2 weeks later and spent a lot more time on it, because there's something cathartic about taking that figure fresh out of the box, and it's not right. It doesn't look like it did in the movies or the games or whatever you were playing, and then making it just right. So I feel like when you're that sort, you can get by with not having to have your shit right away. But when you're like Fabs, when you got to get that in the shelf, and you've got to be able to see it every time you walk in the room, you've got to have it now. You're going to pay a premium for it, and that's okay.
No, and that's always been my thing. If I want the figure, it is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I'm not going to sit there, oh man, I want the figure, but let me wait a year so I could save some money. Like, that's not my mentality. It's never been my mentality. Again, I understand with you, right? With you, saving the money makes sense when you're spending thousands on a cover, right? So that's how I justify your way of collecting.
Look, that's bullshit. Because whether I spend thousands on a cover, look at the amount of Hot Toys you now collect compared to what I collect in prints and Hot Toys. It's the same thing. You and I spend thousands of dollars a month on our collection. We do.
Wait. How can you even say that when you're yelling at me every stream that I pre-order and you never do? And how are we spending the same amount when you don't even get anything? What are you talking about?
What do you? I get things in. Absolutely, they sit on my floor and I don't open them, but I have stuff come in. I just don't pre-order. I'm done.
I'm collecting on my floor.
There's absolutely, you guys. If you don't believe there's a game to the PO system and playbook.
Oh no, you're absolutely right.
There is. Let me tell you, there is a whole addiction thing that they know collectors are addicted to these pre-orders, and people get sucked in by only because remember you're not buying, or you're not spending $400 day one, right? You're spending $25. Right. You're spending
actually I'll contend that.
So you're collecting you're collecting pre-orders, right? You're not collecting figures. You're collecting 10% value of each of these figures. It's I don't know. I hate it. I hate that whole system. I'm not for it. I think it's true.
Well, think about it. It's true what you're saying, because if it weren't true what you're saying, they wouldn't post and share low stock remaining, almost sold out. You know what I mean? They would not play with people's emotions that way if it wasn't an emotional game to play. You know what I mean? So absolutely they play it. Absolutely.
And we went through it. Like, we went through, Fabs and I, one night after stream, we went through, I think it was MMS 7 something down to MMS 500 to really see what figures were, holding value or going up in value. And I think we were trying to list anything that was basically, going for over $50 or over retail. Like that was like the minimum threshold for us to list it. And
Right.
out of hundreds of figures, it was like 30. It wasn't even 30. I don't even think it
was 20. It was 20 something. It was 20 something.
So it's like less than 10%. It was less than 10%. 8% of the figures, 7% of the figures are truly holding their value. So again, if you're playing the odds, if you're just trying to be, again, a smart collector, that's all I'm saying. Look, you can be, I gotta have it now and overpay now.
No.
Doing that with every single figure, you're losing. You're losing way more than you're winning.
Like I said, you're 100% correct. If that's what you're worried about, right, as a collector, if you're trying to save, as much money as possible, absolutely. I'm not saying that you're wrong about that. But what I'm going to tell you that you're wrong about is I'm not pre-ordering everything. That's why I'm able to save money. I told you I stopped pre-ordering as much as I did for the same exact reasons you're talking about right now, that in a year, the figure is 100, 150, depending on what it is, that much lower. It hurts every time. We've talked about it over and over and over. It's no secret. But
isn't it worse not to pre-order and then spend at release? Because remember, it was at release. Like you weren't even not even maybe a month from that figure being released, and you panic bought those 2 figures. I love you. I do.
No. Absolutely.
You did. You panic bought both of those figures.
But like I said, the gauge, we talked about this. The gauge of, and specifically those 2 figures, right? Bane and Supergirl. We're gonna keep an eye on those for the next few months.
And Anakin, right?
Oh yeah, we could do Anakin too. We could do. We'll gauge it. We'll do it early. We'll do it within 6 months.
I think that's the right. I think at the 6-month mark and at the year mark, we should see where those figures are and see.
Yep, we'll do that because that's important. That would be a good gauge to see what happens. Because again, my assumption is they're low. They didn't make that many. That's why they're right. They're going up in price. We have to see if it's if that price.
I agree. I don't think they made many of those Supergirl. That's for sure.
Right, because of the movie, because of right, exactly. Tuli says, I don't want to take any chances with how shit goes today. If I want it, I pre-order right away. Oh, FOMO, no homo though. He said, oh, FOMO, no homo. Oh man, no, that is true. Again, a lot of people, and the thing with Sideshow is 99% of the time, that this figure is going to sit, but that 1% will be that one figure that you really want, and you'll sleep on it, and then you have to overpay for it. That's why I think a lot of people suck it up. Another thing, a lot of people don't pre-order everything anyway, so they're okay with pre-ordering the one figure here and there. You know what I mean? Because they're not getting everything. I had to stop.
And remember this, right? We're saying, right, 7%, right? 7% of figures are going up 50, right? So if you can get the other 89% for $50 or $100 savings, right? And even if you had to overpay $50 for that 8%, you're still going to come out on the positive side doing it that way. You know what I mean? Right? If you're looking at it from a numbers game, I'm a numbers guy. So
go ahead. So explain it again. Go ahead.
Again, if you're not, remember all those we were saying 8%. Roughly, right? 8% of figures were going up and had a value that was $50 over retail. The rest were either selling at retail or well below retail. Right. So if you were waiting on that 91% of figures, and you were buying all of them, let's say we were doing it back in the day. We're buying every single figure, right? But you're waiting on everything. I'm not pre-ordering, and I'm buying, and I'm waiting, and I'm saving money on the 91%, and I'm overpaying on the 8%. I'm still going to come out.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, I see what you're saying. No, and I guess if you look at it that way, you can make sense out of it.
But that's why. And let me say this, Anakin. Like I feel like this Anakin thing, it's a distraction too. It's like look at over here, look at this expensive Japanese exclusive, and don't look at the 90% of my figures that are all selling at $100 below retail right now.
Yeah,
like everything, like name it, Carnage.
But that's the thing. Perfect example to what you just said earlier. This is a perfect example. So if everybody's mentality was exactly what you're saying that it should be, which is save money, and everything that you just mentioned was over $200 off or over 50% off or whatever the case may be, why isn't the entire community buying all that stuff out if the common sense thing to do is wait a year to shop?
because they're addicted to pre-orders and FOMO.
That's the game, though.
It's an addiction.
That's the game. That's what I'm trying to make you understand. You and I, like you mentioned, we've been around.
We're the veterans, right? We
Correct.
should know better.
No,
we've done the hard drugs and we've got off it.
Absolutely correct. Correct. The difference is, for example, myself, right? Because you have your own way of thinking, but myself is, I'm in this game right now, right? Obviously, the fastest way to get the figure, right, is if you're gonna make your video, or if it's just you can't wait and you just need that figure right then and there. Obviously, I am not going to that extent where I'm really overpaying, double overpaying for, to get the figure day
You're the
one
first
release.
one out there to do a review, right?
Correct.
You're not YouTubing your figures.
Correct. So I am not. I'm already saving with that aspect. Again, that's only for YouTubers that want to do that. Fine. They're going to pay a double premium pretty much, right? If you're getting from overseas. I am not doing that, right? So that's number one. I'm saving that money. Number two, going from Sideshow, right? Shopping through Sideshow. Obviously, the negative aspect of that is what? Tax and shipping. But your figure is there. Your customer service is there, right? Ordering overseas all the time, which is another option, something I'm not doing either. I don't need to. But what am I doing? I go look at, I don't know, for those who may not know, Toys for Kiddos has a used figure section. Okay? I've been shopping there, looking to see what they got. If I see something, something that I need, obviously, which they haven't had anything that I've needed because it's older figures, obviously, that are used. But I check in there also because I am looking to save as much money as possible. I will order the figure. I will pre-order whatever figure it is that I know I need for whatever reason. But at this moment, you better believe I'm looking to, and again, one of the reasons was you pointing out constantly the tax and shipping, the tax and shipping, the tax and shipping. I'm like, he's got a point. For the longest time, it's never been about the money. It's always been about, like you always say, the figure. Because that's what we're in here doing, collecting figures.
Right.
So that's why my thing has always been laser focused on the figure. Oh, there's a figure. Now, obviously, again, for the amount that I buy, for the amount of releases, for the amount of announcements, for the amount of special, exclusive, quick burst releases that we're getting left and right, I had to adjust. There's no way that I could pre-order every single thing on Sideshow like I used to.
One of the chat members, who is it, Moose or something like that? Like he put out there like how many pre-orders there were. It was like 97.
No, it was Sean. Yeah, Sean. 90.
Crazy, crazy number, an absolute insane. Where again, back in 2015, 16, we were probably working a third, not even a third of it. I mean, really, how many pre-orders do you think we were doing at a time?
10.
Exactly. Like it's gotten out of hand. It's absolutely gotten out of hand. And I feel bad. I do, for the guys that are absolutely being those completionists still. And I'm sure there are, and they're probably running up credit card debt like you wouldn't believe, trying to keep up in that game. It's too much.
No, it's crazy. Exactly. That's the thing. And like I said, I had to slow down. I was pre-ordering everything, and I was pre-ordering doubles, triples, cases, right? Nonstop. Right. This was over and over. So I was like, yo, I got to stop. Now what am I doing? Doubles are gone, long gone, barely. Like I said, my last doubles.
Right, you don't do that anymore.
No, absolutely not. My last doubles, like I said, were the Mighty Thor and the Thor figure from Love and Thunder. Besides that, doubles, I haven't gotten any doubles of anything really that I can remember from the top of my head right now. Because again, it's unnecessary at this moment. I'm running out of room, so to constantly get double figures of the same character, it's unnecessary at this point. In the beginning, obviously, it was a different world, but now I had to adjust to the market. I had to adjust to the amount of pre-orders. I had to adjust to the amount of money being spent on all that stuff, which you guys saw. What was the first thing I did? I am completely out of quarter scale. You will never see me buy another quarter scale figure ever again. Doesn't matter what it is. I have no space. There's no room. There's no space. And quarter scales will take up, the bases alone are humongous. So they're going to take up, the space of 3 to 4 1/6 scale figures, as in diameter. So it is not ideal. And again, what can you possibly need with a quarter scale? Again, unless you're a real fan of whatever that character is, there's really no need to take up that much space. Again, if you're set up with, max module cases and all these things, then by all means go ahead. I am not, so I had to stop somewhere. Any other time, I don't know if you guys remember when that gold Mark III quarter scale came out, it was like 500 pieces or whatever. Any other time I would have like, I need this figure. It's only limited, it's limited to blah, blah, blah. It was going over $1,000 for this limited figure. I was like, I'm good. I didn't flinch over it. I didn't need it. I'm okay. So I know my limits also, right? When I do something, I know I can do it. When I decide to buy something, I know why I'm doing it. But I know that I can't just be like, oh, let me splurge on everything. Like, impossible. It's impossible.
Would you pay like a premium? Would you pay like a fee back in the day to get your figure early? Would you ever do that? Like, remember that there were like services where, again, first batch, right? Would you pay more to get a first batch over a second batch, or were you always like, I was always a second batch guy? I would never pay more.
I always order from Sideshow, so there was no first batch.
Okay.
Right. And then whenever I did order from anywhere else, it was usually Big Bad Toy Store. Who was that guy? That guy that started that? He's got like a big channel now. From South Carolina.
Justin? Oh
no. Remember, he's got the Toy Federation. The Toy Federation. He used to Ryan Boniva, I want to say, or Bonavi or Boniva. I used to, when he started, for those who you guys may know who he is, the Toy Federation. It's a website. He focused on a lot of smaller stuff, but at one point he used to sell Hot Toys. And I would order from him directly. We would have conversations and stuff.
I think he still does because he's got a big store down there. He's got
I don't know if he focuses on Hot Toys, anymore.
Yeah, he focuses on everything, anything toy related.
Right. So then, but back then, and his thing, he used to tell me all the time, I'm trying to get out of Hot Toys because there's not really much profit to be made with Hot Toys. I'm trying to focus on smaller stuff. And then he's like, I'm trying to open my store. And then boom, he eventually did it. But I used to order from him too. So I never ordered from overseas, to tell you the truth. I didn't know about it if it was a thing. Because remember, I wasn't involved in social media like that. Even when I was posting my group and stuff, I wasn't looking in every group to see like what was going on. I was never like that, involved like that. So I never really knew about overseas. So all my stuff was always US based, Big Bad Toy Store, Sideshow, eBay, right? I purchased a ton off of eBay. But I never overpaid.
But not pre-order, right? You would never pre-order on eBay, right?
No, never.
Guys, I don't know if anyone knows that. Don't ever.
Don't.
On eBay.
Big no.
You might as well just give them your money, and tell them, hey, thanks for keeping my money.
The Chinese guys do that all the time, right? Even like the non-Hot Toy figures, right? The so-so ones are the ones that you really can't find here in the US. Yep. They'll do a pre-order on those types of figures, and they will burn you every time. What is
to
it?
The
90
ground
days?
every single time.
90 days, right? Exactly. They'll wait
for
that.
You have to ask for a refund back in 90 days, or you're not.
You're done. You're done. Yeah, don't ever pre-order. Yeah, I mean, it should be common sense, but a lot of people,
it should be illegal. Like eBay should not allow pre-orders.
That is true.
That is
true.
Here's the thing too. Another one that people are still falling for, man, that absolutely kills me is that Hot Toys Owners Group. They changed their name to Hot Toys Collectors, I believe. Okay, and every week there are two people without fucking fail. There's every single week at least two people get scammed on that place.
Yep.
If you're going to participate, be a part of the communities and keep your finger on the pulse of this stuff. Like, you're going out to people. Like, I understand that the admin vouches for himself on different admin accounts and stuff. But like, even if you have a stranger, like you should have a relationship with the person providing the reference and know whether or not they're trustworthy if they're providing a reference for somebody else. You know what I mean? Like, just, you got to be sharp about it, guys. Don't flush your money down the toilet. It hurts my heart every time that shit happens.
I must have blocked him because I was looking for it, and because I saw the one guy that got scammed, or the admin, right, was scamming the guy this past.
Yeah, there's one guy owns the group.
Right, the admin
it's got like 17,000 members. Yeah, it's got like 17,000 members because it used to be an active Lego group.
Well, no. It used to be a comedy. It used to be a comedy, like a meme group. That's what it was, and he turned that into the Hot Toys Collectors. Now it's Hot Toys Collectors Community. Okay,
That's what it is.
He changed the name. The thing is, the admin. It shows you that group has about 3 to 5 admins.
Yes.
They're all the same guy.
Yes.
Okay?
And he
They're all
vouches
the
for
same
himself.
guy. They're not 5 different people. It's one guy with not 5 different pages. About 30 different Facebook accounts. Okay.
Okay. Hot Toys Collectors Community.
Right.
That's what it is now. Yeah. You formerly Hot Toys owners.
Right. Hot Toys owners. Correct. And so that's what's happening with that. Figure in a bubble. Welcome, my friend. I didn't see you. Welcome.
Hello.
Let me catch up with you guys real quickly and then we're out of here. But yeah, that's what's going on with that group.
Wait, we gotta stop the show. How many likes do we have?
Oh, I was gonna say
Brandon,
too.
you asshole.
Guys, hit that like button. Is there even a point in paying extra to be first now? The creators in Asia already beat out it. Exactly. That's another reason why. I don't know if you guys remember in the beginning when I first linked up with Toys for Kiddos and I said, guys, I'm going to be getting my figures sooner, blah, blah, blah. When I noticed that the Hong Kong collectors had their videos out within like minutes of the figure being released, I was like, I'm good. What is the point? So that's why I stopped that within like my first order. I was like, I'm good. I don't need to do this. So that's why now if you see like all my videos are all backed up because again, it is what it is. My videos are for whoever wants to watch them. I'm not looking to be a YouTuber. I'm not looking to compete with no YouTuber when it comes to my videos. My videos aren't even that. Even right now, my videos are the best they'll ever be. Okay.
Hey, really quick. In Hot Toys Collectors Community right now, the admin, Matthew Bonato, is selling a Supergirl for $250 shipped.
There you go. And that's a scam post. That's a scam post. So whoever falls for that is going to get their money stolen, And that's another giveaway in that group. You guys are going to see figures for way below what they're going for to get people all hyped up to fall for it, and that's how they get scammed.
Right.
If you see a figure,
red and blue. The next one is red and blue Spider-Man. Again, being sold by an admin for $280 when that figure is going.
Yeah, I joined that group when I was.
That figure is going for over $400, by the way.
I had joined that group, and the other way he gets sellers, and it doesn't happen as frequently, but he gets sellers by charging them a license fee in order to list in his group because he approves every post. So there's that too. So, and I almost paid it. It was only $100. I almost paid it. And I thought to myself, I'm going to sit back and watch because, I'm fucking discerning, I guess. So I sat back and I watched for a little bit. And when I noticed certain things, like I noticed it was always the same admin profiles that were back and forth with each other and stuff.
Yeah.
Then I would start lighting him up and I would go, hey, I'm wondering about XYZ. And then he never wanted to put anything in writing. He always wanted to have voice calls. So I would have a voice call with him. And the guy is he sounds like a dirty, filthy fucking person too. He just sounds gross, And you know how you can talk to some people and their breath just stinks. They don't shower. That's exactly how he hits me. And he talks about himself in the third person too. Ain't nobody gonna say no shit about Bearded Gray. And I'm like, I don't know what fucking Bearded Gray is, but like, can we talk about this license fee a little bit? So
I do remember that Bearded Gray was the scam.
Yeah, that's him. His name's Paul Gray. He lives on the East Coast.
It's scamming page. We got real YouTube tech support in the house. Look at that. Welcome. I was actually going to purchase Hot Toys Bat Flake, but with the tariffs, it's gonna suck. It's gonna suck, guys. There's 50 of you guys didn't hit that like button if you haven't. Julie, how many likes?
Seeing the increases in prices now from the tariffs? Or
starts in less than 2 weeks.
Not yet. May 2nd.
A week from Friday.
May 2nd.
So what happened? Did Sideshow come out and say we're going to start charging more money? Is that what's happening?
6%.
Oh wow, I didn't even see that.
Yep, 6%. We talked about it last stream. 6%.
Yeah, but look here. Let me throw something out there. Okay, before you say that 6%, it was 6% on the first tariff that the United States assessed on China. Okay, Sideshow hasn't said shit since the tariffs went up to 250 and then 425%. So what I think we're going to see is a complete stop. I don't know what's going to happen. Okay, but I don't think we're going to see Sideshow selling shit.
Right, because
this is the latest.
Yeah, do you really think they're going to?
It's not possible. Yeah, no, it's not possible. So we'll see what happens.
Here we have a message from Kit, which obviously very important. Speaking of the tariffs, guys, there's 52 of you guys here. Please hit that like button if you haven't yet. Tuli, tell me how many likes we got, please. I think the roaches are back. Americans who have invoice pending, I beg you to find a way to settle it before Monday. The minimis exception.
De minimis.
The
Minimis, yeah.
Like, what the hell? The minimis exception start by second May doesn't mean we can ship by May 1st. Doesn't mean we can ship by May 1st.
What he's saying is that he won't be
minimum
able
tariff.
to make the cutoff because the de minimis. De minimis is anything under $800. If you're shipping anything with a value under $800, it was exempt, and they ended that. That was the loophole. So they completely ended that, and it goes into effect 2nd of May. So what he's saying is that if you don't pay your shit now, so he can ship you on Monday, then you're going to wind up with that tariff.
Correct. And then obviously he doesn't want to get stuck with all that stuff, so he's telling you guys.
Yeah, and he's going to.
Poor Kit, man. This sucks because you know what?
It sucks. Yeah, absolutely.
It's gonna fuck him up, man.
No,
and
big time.
Kit, I feel bad, brother. I do. But look, this shit's got to happen. I am a proponent behind all this.
Amen.
Shit. Gotta happen.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no. It's like I said, it's bigger than us. It sucks, right? But it has to happen. It
absolutely
has to happen.
Does.
This
Dude,
is,
how did it get so far? Where were our last 8 presidents when this shit was going on? You know what I mean? How did it get so far and get so bad?
Here's the problem. For somebody to turn a blind eye to losing billions and billions and billions in trade a year,
I understand, man.
That's on purpose.
Yes, that's what I'm saying, man. It's disgusting.
So somebody was benefiting from letting that happen one way or another, because that's the only time anything like that ever happens, when somebody's benefiting from everybody else getting screwed. Okay, always happens. 52 likes. Oh my God. Thank you guys. Thank you.
Hey, remember that guy Fabs who said that I don't collect? Yeah. Look at this. Fresh pre-tariff figure here, guys.
What is it?
Look at that ship job.
Bro,
oh man.
Look at that.
I could tell you.
They didn't even use tape. They just used stamps.
Yeah, you know what?
They wrapped the whole thing with stamps.
I could tell you guys exactly what that is. You know what that is?
What did I get? What's the figure?
It's not a figure. Those are stony stands, because that's all you buy. It's stony stands. He's got cases and cases coming in of stony stands. So here we got some comments, guys, from people who are stressed out of these tariffs, which again, rightfully so. So let's get to one here. It says, hoping my next scratcher says Kit pays tariff. Any Yanks who voted for Trump, you just got what you deserve. What an idiot. Typical
Dude,
Democrat.
I can't stand those fucking people.
Typical Democrat. This is why they're dumb. This is why Biden sucked. This is why he lost. This is why Kamala lost. This is why there'll never be a Democratic president in this country ever again, because they're weird. They're all weird. Okay? What kind of uneducated, uninformed loser says something like this? Clearly, you got blue hair. Unreal. So
you got blue hair.
Unbelievable. Who says that? We don't want our country to get better. You voter, shut the hell up. I'm shocked that so many people in the comment section do not get the tariff situation. I get it. I am not even close to the U.S. Everything landing in the U.S. after end of April is affected by tariffs. JKI Custom says that's in time like this that you can understand if you have found a trusted seller. Everyone is good when things go smoothly, but Kitchen is showing us how a serious business is run, looking out for yourself, but for your customer too. And I'm writing this from Europe. Absolutely. And I had a conversation with Kit yesterday or the day before, and that's exactly what I said to him. I said, everybody in this community takes a lot of these sellers for granted until something goes wrong, right? Every time you'll hear nothing but great things about everybody. Same thing you heard with Toys Wonderland until what? Until everybody was bashing it because they got robbed. Yeah. So Kit is one of the pillars in this community when it comes to selling, right? When it comes to third party, obviously now he's involved. He's involved in Hot Toys, so even more of a help for people. Another thing that benefits people getting Hot Toys from Kit is he gets them before Sideshow, right? So you may pay a little bit over retail from Sideshow, but you get them faster than Sideshow. So that's another thing that benefits,
But just the
shoppers.
parts, right? The parts, and the head sculpts. And let me tell you, I've spent a ton with Kit over the years. So like, he was integral to building the collection. And
Absolutely. And like I said, the customer service over the years, never
had a problem.
Never the run around, never I'll get back to you and leaves you hanging. Never, oh, let me see what I can do. No, it was always, all right, I'll get back to you with, and I never, anytime, every single time I had an issue, whether the figure came broken, whether the figure, anything, it was always taken care of. No questions asked. No, again, I was never, and I understand why he became the way he became, because there's a lot of people in the community that are real scumbags and are always looking to steal and rob and take advantage. Right. So that's another reason why, for some of you guys who may not know, who may not have been around long enough, Kit, you see his posts, how he comes off angry. He curses at people. He blocks people. You may think, oh, that guy's an asshole. You guys have no idea what it's like to deal with the people in this community. The amount of scum that is in this community, you guys
and cockroaches.
Can't imagine. Absolutely. No, you guys
need money though. These are expensive figures, and these guys try to get a free. It comes to money.
Correct.
Yeah,
Correct.
and that's what it comes down to too. Because I will say that I'm a reseller myself, and I still go to Kit when I need certain things. And one thing that I will say about Kit is that when I reached out to him about I think it was my Duke Leto Atreides box came in crumpled and crushed, which. I mean, it's a third-party figure, kind of who gives a shit, but you guys know I like the boxes. I reached out to him for an empty box. And you know what his response was? His response was, I'll try. I don't know if we can do it. And I can't guarantee it'll come, the replacement, if I can get you one, would even come in good shape. Because it's going to be an empty box. There's nothing to keep the pressure on it. I said, hey, man, whatever you can do. It's not a huge deal, but I would like it. And then sure enough, like 5 days later, a box shows up on my doorstep in perfect condition. And I was like, you know what? That's it.
Awesome, dude.
This is a Gary. Yeah, no, kids are great. Collectors Republic, welcome. First time here.
Hello!
Do you have this guy? Oh, no, you didn't watch this show.
No, I didn't say. See, always putting words in my mouth. I never said I didn't.
What's the show?
The show is The Boys.
Oh, yeah. I never got into that one.
Well,
that means The Boys?
That means you're going to be the most ridiculed.
Oh my God,
Brandon.
Watch that show.
It seemed overly political when and again, I have got no clue. I have no idea. What I'm saying is my impression from the trailers when it first started was that it was overly.
Brandon, look at Tuesday night. You should just sit down, to get a couple of Coca-Colas, a bucket of popcorn. You and your husband sit down, watch season 1.
Fucking guy.
You and your husband.
You're gonna love it.
Oh, really? Okay. I had my feel. You know what? It dropped the same time that Umbrella Academy did, and I was just like, it's like I think that's what it was. The Umbrella Academy was so overly political, and I was like, I don't have time for this shit. I live this shit every day of my life. Why do I want to go ahead and be exposed to it again? In my spare time.
It's not political at all.
No, it's not. Okay. It's not. It's a crazy, like bloody, it's savage. Crazy. Like, let me tell you, like, picture a
superheroes in the real world is what it's supposed to be, right?
Like literally, like picture like if it was like these savages,
superheroes,
right? Like these savages that are superheroes. That's what it is.
I just lived through 4 years of morally corrupt people. What the fuck are you talking about? I want more.
I want more. Do I want more of that in my life? All right, guys. So also, it looks like. Let me show you guys real quickly. We got some sold out keychains in Japan. We got sold out Darth Vader in Japan. We got sold out Grogu in Japan. We got sold out Cherry Blossom in Japan. We got sold out Anakin in Japan. It doesn't look like Darth Maul is sold out by any means. They're not showing him at all. So no, he's still going strong, it looks like. So yeah. Insane, guys. Insane. And then one more thing that I had told you guys was coming. It was only a matter of time. And here we are. So speaking of Kit, I had mentioned, it was part of the stream, that Tuesday, right? That the what was it? not this. That this company, right? Where did it go? Here we go. Kento came out with their Bully Maguire suit, right? And what did I say? It's a matter of time until Topo makes theirs. And literally the next day, boom, Topo made the 1/6 scale Asian for Kane, right? And then their own black suit for Toby with the body, okay? So as you can see, Topo 6 scale black suit set with body. So you get the body as well, right? So why is that good? Well, it's good because they fitted the suit specifically to that body, which is a great thing to do because you don't know what body people are going to use, right? So for example, you buy the Kento one, that's your problem. Whatever body you figure out it's going to work with that figure, then you pick out whatever body you think is going to work. The reason why this is better with the body already is because you know that the suit is going to be perfect to that body specifically, right? So that's why it's a good thing. So it's $113, $23 deposit, $90 is the remaining payment you got to make. And here are some images of it. It looks very nice, very sharp, very clean. Look at that. I don't know about that head sculpt though, but it is
such a shit movie. Why did people?
It is very well. No, that's the classic Tobey Maguire. So
yeah, it's a shit movie though.
That's what people love about it. Because even that Venom was trash.
You know what the story? You know why that movie was so bad?
Why?
He got pissed on over his contract, so he refused to actually put effort into it. So that's why the scenes are so cheeky and so silly, because he's all he was just like, oh, I'm just here to collect a check. I really don't care. I'm gonna mess the whole movie up. And he had some kind of personal conflict with Sam Raimi too.
No, he didn't. His personal conflict was with the Mary Jane. What's her name?
Cameron Diaz.
No, that's not Cameron Diaz. Her name is
yeah, she's
no, stop. She's a redhead. She's not Cameron Diaz. Her name is can somebody tell me MJ's name, please? The reason why they had an issue.
Yeah, the actress. It wasn't
Mary Jane. No. Mary Jane's real name is oh my god, she was in that cheerleader movie.
Yeah, Bring It On. That's
not Cameron Diaz. Oh my god. Somebody give me the name, please. Somebody give me the name. As soon as you guys say the name, I'm going to tell you exactly why the issue was.
Kirsten
Dunst. Kirsten Dunst. All right. So this is what happened. His personal issue was with Kirsten Dunst because she was upset that he was getting paid more money than her when she had just came off of Bring It On.
I did read that.
That made a ton of money, and she's like, "What the hell?" So they hated.
Dude, he's fucking Spider-Man. What are you talking about?
Exactly.
What?
They hated each other. They hated each other for that reason. Yep. And she said it. She's like, "What do you mean he's gonna get paid more? He didn't do Bring It On. He didn't bring It On's money. Yo, it was crazy." So so that's what happened. But again, the movie. I loved the movie. I loved the first time seeing Venom on screen. That's what I loved about it. Even though it wasn't the proper Venom, it was still.
I was gonna say.
It was still a cool Venom. And so, yeah, guys, like I said, they're getting involved in all this stuff. Here's the Topo Kane outfit, which is beautiful too. Look how sharp that looks. Look how beautiful that looks. If you don't like how Kane looks stock from Hot Toys, you could obviously swap it into this. Look how beautiful. This is what will make me get a second Kane. I don't even have a first one because I just got John Wick 4, but this is what makes me get a second Kane. Because obviously I'm not going to just have them dressed one way. I need both looks now. So beautiful. Kane from John Wick 4. But this is the suit. This is just the Topo suit. So now
you're getting that?
Well, I'm getting the suit and the figure when I can get it. Mail me whatever you got thinking Cameron Diaz. Yeah, it's not Cameron Diaz. I know my Cameron Diaz. Hey, you're still on. Hey, what do you mean? Where'd you go? You mean to tell me you haven't been here the entire time, Ash?
No, man. You told him he was a cockroach, so he took off.
So he left. They may as well drop Men in Black too. That is true. That is true because that's all you need. That's a sharp suit. That cane looks better than Toby. No respect. No respect.
Come on, when a figure comes with one of these like this,
Hold on.
That's pretty cool.
That's Deadpool fingers. All right, so Brandon, any news upcoming for the S.co scrapyard, bsscrapyard.co?
Or bscrap.co.
Yeah,
As I affectionately refer to it, bscrap.co.
Yeah, that's why I said BS crap.
Yeah, we got definitely check out the website. Search the word conversion. If you're into LED lightsabers, we went ahead and partnered with a customizer who is well known in the community, and we are producing LED lit lightsabers that can be both either USB powered, directly USB, or we can also install connectors that plug into those power packs that Hot Toys is shipping now. Super bright, gorgeous. They've been a really, really hot item. I want to say I haven't even officially launched it on Instagram yet, but I've told a few people about it, and we've already done like 25 of them. People are super thrilled. They're really happy with them. So give that a go. If you're into fusion reactors, lightsabers, or if you like CCFLs, but you hate the dead spot, the dead tip, definitely check out our lightsaber conversions. One of the things that makes them better than the competition is that we actually use real Hot Toys hilts. So if you want to send in your own hilt, if you got those old US or the old lightsaber arms that take the batteries, okay, because nobody ever uses those, they look like shit. You can send those in, and then for a fee, we do the conversion for you. You get it back, plug it in, and it looks fantastic. So definitely follow us on Instagram and Facebook. You can find us by searching @bscrapyard. Okay, and the website is bscrap.co.
Let's type it in the chat for the viewers, please. Let's go. What was it? BS Scrap?
Yes, bscrap.co.
And what was the other one?
It's @bscrapyard. And it's the same for Instagram.
That's your that's your handle, right?
Yeah, it's the same for Facebook and Instagram.
All right, cool. All right, Michael.
Nice, you didn't typo it this time. I love that.
Typo. Michael, any new figures coming in? Are you collecting this year at all? What do you got?
No, like you said, I'm buying as Fab says, prints.
He said buying prints. All right, so let's see what the figure looks like. Show us the head sculpts. I know it has two. It comes with two head sculpts, right?
You know what? I'm just putting so there's that's not bad, right? Is this so?
No, that's great.
Yeah, so toys. Yep. That's not bad.
So, this is not bad for a so-so, right?
No, not at all. No, they make decent head sculpts. Which one do you like better in hand right now, staring at them?
The masked.
The mask, right? Yeah.
Yeah, the mask. Because I guess I see more of them in there.
Right. Yeah. No.
How much? I see him in there, but you know what I mean. I see him more here.
How much is that, Mike? 200?
Less. And I think you know where I got this from. Where I got the Mr. Knight. What was the name of that website?
Giant Toy?
No. Lion Rock Toys.
Toys with a Z, right?
Yes, Lion Rock Toys.
Yeah, Lion Rock Toys with a Z. I love So-So Toys. Yeah, no, they make very good figures, So-So Toys. Bodies are great. Head sculpts are great. Accessories are great. Yeah, hold on.
Yeah, it looks good.
No, that looks really nice.
Like I got to figure out with this, or if it's only one at a time. These are magnets, right? So the gun.
Oh, wow. Look at that. That's sick. You know how much money they save on straps and pleather holsters and all that stuff?
Yeah, I think it's only there. Like, I think it's.
Oh, so it's either or?
Yeah, I think it's either or, because I don't see, like, you would think this would like go on a boot somewhere.
Right, at the bottom. Well, the good thing is you could always blue tack it, so that's good.
Yeah, I think it's just that one spot.
Oh, look at that.
But yeah, this is like the Captain America.
Is that die cast that shield?
No.
Plastic?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been nice die cast. And they could do it too.
They could have.
All right, guys. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you